Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's March Madness stream. So our first up tonight we've got Washington-Baltimore with Lazerjet. Then at 7:30 we've got London Commuter with Game Over Gaming. Then we've got a Let's Play of Luzern-Sursee, and then at 8 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock we've got Arosalinie.
Of March Madness, and yeah, hello Jamie, lovely to see you.
Yeah, sorry, I just unmuted you because I didn't realise you were going to talk. There you go.
Hello,
Jamie's here as well.
Hello, yeah, hi Jamie. Lovely to see everybody again, and we are here for day 4 of March Madness. Really exciting stuff, and we've got a really great schedule for you guys tonight. We are of course going to be trying out Lucerne later on today's release. Hopefully you're all in there and all enjoying it. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in about an hour's time, and then we've got a couple of really good creator videos for you in the meantime, one on TS 2022, one on TSW2 from some of our favorite creators, and then we're going to do a little bit of Arosalinie, and we've got Jasper with us from Rivet. He'll be joining us for the Lucerne section and also the Arosalinie section as well, so we're really looking forward to that.
Definitely. Yeah, right, let's get into the first section.
Hello everyone, my name is Lazerjet from the Lazerjet YouTube channel. Today we are doing something that I really should get better at: driving American trains. So today we are playing Train Simulator 2022 and we are in Washington. Ooh, Washington. And I believe we've got to get from here to Baltimore. I don't know where Baltimore is, somewhere in America. And I'm going to be driving the Acela Express #2158. Ooh! You're scheduled to depart Washington at 0900. I believe that's 9 o'clock. First things first, I've got to open the doors. Now, normally when I play Train Simulator, I don't do any of this, like, mission stuff. I just do silly train races or, you know, crash compilations. So I never actually do, like, actual missions. So for me to actually pass a mission, I'm going to need a miracle. So let's just do it. So we're going to click the X. Oh, game's a little bit loud. I might have to change the game volume. There we go. Power of editing. You gotta love it. So, oh, it's a bit dark. I need to turn my lights on. So I'm going to press H. Passengers. Oh, I forgot the passenger. We've got to let passengers on. Oh no, I've already opened the doors. That's good then. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. But yes, we're in Washington. I don't really, I'm not a massive fan of American trains, but it is nice to do something different, isn't it? Yeah, we've got to learn some new things and see what we got. Because, you know, as I said, I may not be a massive fan of American trains, but, you know, you've got to learn something new, Oliver. So let's do that. So let's go back into the cab view. We've got to release our brakes, put our train in forward. Shall I have the cab light on? No, because it just lags my game, so I'm not going to do that. Pentagraph. Oh, it's in the wrong direction. I'm gonna move it from front to rear down. Let's have a look. Or rear up or something. I don't know. There we go. So now we're just waiting for this little clock thing to move up so I can actually pick up me passengers. Yes. I'm a bit nervous if I have to be brutally honest, but you know, I'm gonna do my best. I've got to leave at 9 o'clock. Is there like a time limit? Do I have to like get everything on? Well, I guess it's a train. I guess I have to be on time. Although, let's be honest, most trains aren't necessarily on time all the time, aren't they? There's going to be a slight delay, isn't there? I mean, well, here in Britain, our trains never run on time. Not every day, anyway. Ooh. Acela #1. I read that wrong. 2158. Ready to depart Washington. Ooh. Okay. Oh, and I've got some points. Some points have just popped up in the bottom left. We've got 4 points. Okay. I'm ready to go. Is everyone ready to go? I'm gonna move that up. Blow the horn to let people know I'm leaving. Quite an aggressive horn. And because this is America, they turn on their bells, don't they, to let them know that the train is on the move. That's actually a really cool sounding bell. And away we go. We're moving. Oh, we're moving. We're on our way to, I don't actually know where I'm going. Baltimore. That's where I'm supposed to be going. Oh, the sound of the bell was different from the inside than the outside. So we go outside, then go on the inside. Yeah, I like that. It's the sounds that, you know, that really get me going in simulated games. It's the sound effects. I really do like the sound effects. Like, you know, put effort in sound effects. It may, I don't know what I was going to say. I'm sorry, I forgot. Oh, look, there's another train over there. Hello. Another Acela Express. Or is it Axelo? No, it's not. No, it's Acela Express. Or is it Axelo? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know nothing about these trains. All I know about them is they're American and they're pretty fast. I'm going to go from the inside cab because I do like an inside view. And the detail in the cab is actually quite nice. You alright, mate? It's another train. Ooh, I do like seeing other trains when I'm in a scenario. It's really cool. It gives it more realism, which is what I like. So I'm going to speed up just a little bit, but I don't want to go over the speed limit, or else I'll lose points, and I don't want to lose points. That's the last thing I need. Okay, I'll turn the bell. Shall I turn the bell off now? Because, you know, people know that I'm moving. Okay, we'll turn the bell off. And speed up just a little bit. 14 miles per hour. That's plenty fast enough. Oh, speed limit is now 45 miles per hour. Let's up the speed. Ooh. That's a very big throttle as well. I love a big throttle. Ooh, I love a throttle. What else can I do in the cab? Not a lot. I mean, it may be a very detailed cab. That's the bell. Hatch. What's hatch? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Cooler. Don't know what that is. Desk display. On or off? Okay. Desk display. I don't know what any of this means. Cruise control. Oh, I have cruise control. I want to try that. How do I do cruise control? Control C, perhaps? No. So if we get up to 33, actually, let's get up to 45, and let's activate cruise control and see if that works. I don't actually know if this is going to work. 40, turn it on. Do I need to stop accelerating? I don't know how cruise control works. We got auto brakes. We don't want that. Sander. Handbrake. This thing actually has a handbrake. That's interesting. I know cars to have handbrakes. I don't know trains had handbrakes. I know that they have a brake and an independent brake, but I don't know they had a handbrake. That's new. Well, new for me anyway. Oh, we got a message. This is over. Oh god. I don't know what this means. There is a work crew between Landover and wherever that is. Okay, and I need to sound the horn while approaching them. Okay. So basically, this message is telling me that there's workmen on the tracks, and as I pass them, I need to sound my horn to alert them that I'm a train and I'm coming, so they don't get run over. I mean, it's train simulator. I mean, what can go wrong? Actually, don't answer that. Okay, so speed limit is now 95 miles per hour. So I'm going to up the speed just a little bit more. And look at the detail in this game. It's fantastic. I mean, I know Train Sim World 2 has got phenomenal detail, but you can't do much things in Train Sim World 2 than you can in Train Simulator 2022. I can't speak today. Right, so speed limit is 95, but it's going to go up to 125. Ooh, that sounds fun. Oh, look, another train! It's another... Oh, it's going backwards. Why is it going backwards? Alright, I guess a train goes backwards in America. Okay, speed limit is now 125. Maximum power, because it's an Acela. It's an Expressor. We do like an Expressor. I need to sound my horn, but I don't know when. Oh, wow, listen to that sound effects. Might turn the game volume up so you guys can actually hear the sound effect. There you go. That's awesome. Right, turn the game volume down just a little bit, go back in the cab, and I'm going to slow down a little bit. I don't want to go too fast, that's not what we're all about. Can I contact a signalman? I don't know what I'm doing. It's fun though, people, it's fun. I'm learning a lot of new things. This is what Lazerjet does, he's learning. I'm a learner boy. We learn new things. Okay. So speed is now 120. That's 121. Slow down just a little bit. We don't want to go too fast because, as I said, you know, if we go over the speed limit, we'll lose points, and those points are very important to me. I don't want to lose those points. And we've got 1.9 miles now until I have to sound my horn to let workers know that I am on my way and I don't want to run them over. It'll be very messy, and my train might get a bit red around the train, but like, we don't want that. No. Okay, speed limit is now changing to 110 to 100, so I'm going to slow down just a little bit. I love a little bit of braking, yeah. Okay, I've got to sound my horn at this area because there's some workmen ahead, I think. I think this is where I have to sound my horn, I'm not sure, but I'll do it anyway. Coming through, I'm a train. You shouldn't be on the tracks. Hello, I exist. Okay, did I do it right? I don't see any workmen. I think I did it right. Guys, did I do it right? Okay, pick up passengers from BWI Airport Track 1 at 9:20. It's 9:09, so using my calculations. Yeah, I think I'll be alright. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, I think I just saw the workman. There's the workman! There's the workman! I sounded my horn for the workman. I'm a good train driver. I'm not. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do that no train driver has ever done in the history of train driving. I'm going to cook up a cocktail. But since I don't like alcohol and I don't drink it, I'm going to do something that's a little bit more family friendly. I'm going to mix up Diet Coke with Dr. Pepper. I know that's a weird combination, but you know, Dr. Pepper is not actually Coke. Actually, I don't actually know what Dr. Pepper is. I don't think anyone knows what Dr. Pepper is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up this can. And I pour. I don't think anyone has ever done this in the history of Train Simulator or any train in history. I'm going to pour a little bit of Dr. Pepper in there. Ooh, foamy. And then I'm going to open up some Diet Coke. Now, I'm not sure what this is going to taste, but you know, I like mixing up drinks. It's fun. Oh my god, look at the foam coming off of that. That is good. Look at that. That is beautiful. I don't know if it will focus in because the camera's only focusing on my face, but that's all right. So we've got Diet Coke mixed with Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna let that chill for a bit because it is ridiculously foamy. I don't want to be drinking bubbles. And if you want to see more weird, crazy stuff from me, then check out my YouTube channel, Lazerjet, at www.youtube.com/lazerjet.com or something or other. You guys will work it out. Or there might be a link somewhere or anywhere in the description of my channel. So yeah, go check it out. You guys might like it. You might not, but you know, it's me. Why would you not like this face? Oh, my cocktail is finished. So the foam has died down. I don't know what it's going to taste like though. It's like Diet Coke with a bit of cherry. That's actually really delicious. Cheers to the second train that's just passed. Cheers to the second train. Hold up your glasses, hold up your cups or your food. I've got some snacks actually. You know, I came prepared from when I was doing this video. So I've got myself some chocolate. I've got myself, well, this is an empty packet, but I've got some crisps. So yeah, I bought snacks, you know. Mark of a pro. If you're going to do a video, you might as well do it with comfort, with drinks and snacks and chocolate and crisps. It's the life of a YouTuber. Just have some fun snacks. I love being a YouTuber. It's fun. Okay, speed is now 124. We're going to slow down, just ease off on the throttle just a smidge. I'm going to more in my cocktail. It's not really a cocktail. It's just Diet Coke and Dr. Pepper, but it's still fun. That actually turned out better than I expected. That actually was really nice. Thirsty. Right, so we've got 14.9 miles until we get to our destination, which is, I don't know what it is. It's some sort of airport or something, isn't it? Pick up passengers at BWI Airport. I've never heard of that place before, but you know, I'm gonna check it out and see what it's like. And it's getting really hot in here. I'm doing my jacket. It's quite warm in here. Oh, Oliver, I just need some room to breathe. I put on my glasses. Should I put on my glasses so you guys can see me okay? Or does the... Oh, they're a bit dirty. I'm just gonna... Might give them a bit of a wipe. Just give a bit of a wipe. Gonna give the glasses a bit of a wipe. Because you know, I can't really see without them. Because I'm a glasses man. I'm a nerd. I need my glasses so I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, that's a bit better. Can you guys see me okay? If I put my head down, like, does the glasses interfere with do they reflect off the screen? No, I think they'll be alright. You guys see me okay? Well, of course you can see me okay. This is a video. Can I see you guys okay? Now I can. Oh, Oliver, you're getting confused with stuff. Right. So, I've been in the cab for a while now. I want to explore, I'll go inside 5. Ooh, look at this. This is a nice interior. Oh wow! This is actually a really nice interior. It looks like it looks like being on a plane or something because you've got the nice carpet floor with LED lights in. You got LED lights in the carpet, and the detail on look at the detail on those tables. The tables are fantastic, and look at the leather. I really like the leather. And it says Amtrak on the leather. Ah, a bit of advertising there, but I'll allow it because it's Amtrak. This has got some really good detail and good sound effects. I don't know why I haven't done this before, so, you know, this is why I do new things. I discover. And it's actually not a bad looking train, is it, the Estella Express? Wee. Oh, I love it. You gotta love it. I do love it, Oliver. Right, oh, there's some switches on the top. What's there? I can't click any of this. Start, standby, hot, cold. Oh, I think this is the heating system or something. Air conditioning. That's what I should say. Air conditioning. You got to have air conditioning when you're in America. It's 1,000 degrees out there. And now I am going uphill at a very steady and sternly 116 miles per hour. And I've got 9.7 miles left till I need to get to the airport, and I need to be there at 9:20 precisely, and it's it's coming up to 9:16, and I've got 9.3 miles. Cutting it a bit close, but I think I'm slightly winning here. I think, maybe. I just got some notifications on the top right. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to leave it. In fact, I'm going to take my glasses off because 1, I look ridiculous. 2, they're uncomfortable. And plus, they're just reflecting from the lights and the screen, so you can't really see my face properly. So I'm going to take the glasses off because actually they hurt my eyes. I should normally wear glasses when I'm outside. I should never really wear glasses when I'm looking at a computer screen. It's bad for your eyes, especially if I've got these big lights shining in my face. Oh, I think I've just damaged my eyesight. I can't see properly now. Oh, got to slow down now. Speed limit says it's only coming up to 80 miles per hour. I think it's because we're switching tracks. So I'm gonna apply the brakes a little bit. I'm gonna get it under. Get it under 80. Got to slow down a bit. We've got 7.2 miles, and there's another train going backwards. But I think that's how American trains work. I think they do go backwards actually. Come to think of it. Especially if you live in San Francisco or something. Okay, got the train under 80 miles per hour. 74. 74 is a good speed because I believe we're switching track because we need to we need to be on this side. We don't want to be on the middle track. We need to be on the other side of the track. So so we can go to the platform. So we've got 2 greens. I don't know what 2 greens mean. And I've got 2 greens on the console. So I guess that's a good sign. And I believe we're switching track. Let's have a look at the points. Yes, we are. Switchy Rooney. There we go. Lovely. And now we can accelerate again. Because now they're on this line. And we've got 6 miles to go. Lovely jubbly. Oh! Oh, I'm a good train driver. I am a good train driver. Oh! Actually, I am a good train driver because those of you who don't know, I did actually drive a steam engine once. But I'm not getting into that. We've got to focus on the game, Oliver, because we've only got 2 minutes to do 5 miles. Kind of close, but can I do 5 miles in 2 minutes? I don't know. I can't do maths. When have I ever done maths? I mean, I dropped out of school to become a YouTuber. I've never been to college, so my brain is. So I'm a bit of an idiot, but funny. very funny, but dumb. Nothing wrong with being dumb, though. Nothing wrong with dumb. I mean, I just made a cocktail out of Diet Coke and Dr. Pepper. I mean, who does that? Okay, 3.9 miles left, and I've got 1 minute to get to the airport. I'm not going to make it. Okay, 3.3 miles, and I've got about 20 seconds left. 2.9 miles, I'm nearly there. Oh no. Oh no, Oliver. And I've got to apply the brakes because we're going slightly downhill. And we're coming up to the station. Okay, ready for it? I am now late. Lazerjet is now late. I'm late, guys. I'm fashionably late. And I've missed the deadline. Lazerjet is late. This is bad. This is very bad. Oh no, and worst of all, my camera is about to overheat. I have a camera that can actually overheat. How stupid is that? Because I've got a warning flashy light on my camera, and which means it's gonna die. That's annoying. I think it's because the camera gets too hot, because I have been recording for over 26 minutes, and you know, anything can happen. Because although cameras shouldn't really overheat, I don't know why this camera keeps overheating, but it just does, and it's annoying. But I'm coming up to the airport now, and I'll start applying our brakes because I don't want to overshoot it. But I'm already 1 minute late. Although 1 minute, it's not so bad. I am coming at a very dangerous speed though, so I've got to apply just a little bit more brakes. I think I'll be all. I think I'll be all right. I can't see the station just yet. Oh no, yes I can. It's sort of camouflage in Mother Nature, so I've got to keep my eyes peeled really. Oh God, Oliver, you just keep messing up stuff. But here we go. Into the station we go. Stand back, passengers. I am coming in. And apply a little bit of braking. Yes. And release. This is how you drive a train properly. You brake and release. You brake and release. You brake and release. So we brake again. And release. And I think we're fully in the station. Yes, we are. So we'll do a little bit more braking. We don't want to activate full braking, otherwise we'll lose some points, and we don't want that. And stop. There we go. Open the doors. Yeah. I am so good. I am so good. And I've just realised that this coach only has a door at this end, but not at this end. That's interesting. I've never known that before until now. How interesting. Passengers are boarded. Yes, come on, guard. Hurry up. I'm running a bit late. Thank you. Ready to go. Release the brakes. And we've got some more points. Ooh, I like points. Okay, accelerate and go, go, go. We've got to make up for lost time. Come on, I can't say the name. Acceler Express or Acceler Express. I don't know actually how you pronounce it. Oh no! Oh no, my camera! My camera! My camera's just died! No! My camera! Oh no! Oh dear, dear, dear. What am I gonna do now? Right, I've just sorted out my camera problem. I had to stop and let my camera cool down. And I checked the battery. The battery's fine. Full charge, in fact. But the camera just overheated because it just got too hot. Never known a camera to overheat if it gets too hot. That's like something your computer would do, or a car. But a camera, that's new for me too. I'm learning a lot of new things are new for me today. Oh, I'm gonna reposition because my leg is a bit achy. But now we've got to go to Baltimore. Don't know what that is. The place apparently. And I've got to get there at 9:33. So I got to make up for lost time. But I can't do any speeding, otherwise I'll lose points. Oh, Oliver, I need to I need to be on the top of my game here. I mean, we've got 8.8 miles to go. Can I do that in... I can't do maths. Why can't I do maths? Oh yeah, because I'm dumb. But never mind. Not everything is all about maths. Actually, no, a lot of things in world are about maths. Stay in school. Stay in school, kids, because don't do what I did. Don't abandon school to do gaming, because it doesn't actually work out for everyone. I just got lucky. But yeah, stay in school and do your GCSEs or your exams and stuff, and be smart. Don't be dumb. Be smart. Be smart. I need to make that on a T-shirt. Stay in school. Be smart. Oh, I like that as a slogan. Why am I not making T-shirts? I need to make some T-shirts. Lazerjet T-shirts. Lazerjet branded T-shirts and hats or hoodies. I can make a hoodie. That'd be so cool. Like Lazerjet branded hoodies, Lazerjet hats, Lazerjet. Oh, I'm getting a text message. Oh, it's from my dad. That's lovely. Okay, speed limit is now going to change from 110 to 105. I'm slowing down. Oh no. What does a man like me to do? Might make another cocktail actually. But this time I'm going to start with... Did I start with Diet first or did I start with Dr. Pepper first? I think I started with Dr. Pepper first. Let's start with Diet. Lovely. Because, you know, you've got to stay hydrated. Although fizzy drinks doesn't really stop you from... doesn't keep you hydrated. I forgot the word. Well, that is very foamy. I'm gonna pop it over there, in fact, to stop being all fizzy and bubbly. I shouldn't really put it next to the train set. Actually, that's a stupid idea. Use your brain, Oliver. Put it on the desk. That makes more sense. Speed limit is now going to be from 75 down to 70, so we'll apply the brakes just a little bit more. But my God, does this train look good? There we go. Apply the brakes. Under 70. Let's get under 70. There we go. Looking nice. We've got 5.2 miles to go. Looking good. Hello. Do my horn. That says? That's got 2018 on the front. What does mine have on the front? Ooh, 2009. Lovely. Do you think that's the year that these trains were made? Like they built them and they stamped the year on the top. Do you think that's what it is? No, of course not. That's not what it is. It's just a number. Numbers are relevant. Okay, so we've got 4.5 miles to go. Speed limit is going to go down to 70. Doing 69.3. Giggity. No, don't say Oliver. And now the speed limit is going to drop down from 75 to 50 to 30. Oh, we're slowing down quite a lot here. I think we're getting close to our destination, which it's good. It's good, and this journey's been quite short. I've only been doing this for about 30 minutes ish, but we'll see. Let's see when we get there. Okay, so now the speed limit is going to go down from 75 to 50, and then after that it's going to be going down from 50 to 30. Oh dear. So apply our brakes a little bit. Oh, look at me. I'm sweating right now because I've never concentrated so hard in Train Simulator ever. Like, I'm so focused in getting everything right and not making any mistakes, or then I'll be doomed. I don't want to be doomed. Sort out my hair as well. It's my hair as well. Hair's making me sweat. I do have cool hair though. I mean, it's quite. I like that. I like the style. Oh look, there's another train in front of me. I think is this train waiting for me, or is it actually broken down? Or maybe it's just waiting for me, in fact. Hello, another train. I'll get like a cool shot of me passing by. You alright? Oh man, that looks cool. I think I should maybe I should have that as like the thumbnail. Thumbnail idea. Yes, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it. Done. There you go. That's my thumbnail. And I'm speeding. No, I'm losing points. Break. Losing points. Losing lots of points. Ah! I've just lost half of my points. I just lost half my points! No! I was at like 500 and something, and now it's like down to 259. I can't, but I've lost half my points! That's like the only thing I cared about. Oh no! and I've got 3 minutes to get to my destination, and I'm not gonna make it because I'm doing at a ridiculous like snail speed right now. Ooh, a tunnel. Oh, and bad news, my camera's about to overheat again. Okay, there's the station. I'm so nearly there. My camera's about to die. Well, not die, overheat, because it's got a full battery. I don't know why it keeps overheating. Maybe it just keep. Yeah, it just overheats. It's annoying. It just gets hot. It's annoying. Ugh. But anyway, I'm here. I'm at the platform. Well, I'm at my destination. I'm nearly finished. Please, camera, hold on for a little bit longer. Okay, fully in the station. Apply brakes. Now I'm on platform C or platform B. Actually, I don't actually understand that. Platform A, B, C. I don't understand this. I don't understand. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, apply the brakes. Stop. There we go. And stop. Open the doors to let passengers out. There you go. That's lovely. Like that. I think that was good. Your score was 435. Oh, I would have had, guaranteed, I would have had probably 1,000 points if I didn't muck up at the end. But 435 points. That's a pass. I believe that's a pass. But that concludes this video for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel. Click subscribe if you wish. And I will see you guys again very soon. And have a good day. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ian. This is Game Over Gaming and we are on Train Sim World 2 today. We are going to be doing a journey in the class 377/4 and we're going to be going from Selhurst to London Victoria today. Firstly, I'd like to thank Dovetail Games for giving me the key to this route so I can bring you this journey today. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And as well, we are going to be jumping into a livery. It's going to be a West Midlands Trains livery. It's going to be a fantastic livery. It's a nice orange one here. You'll see more of it when we actually get into the journey. But let's hit the intro and let's get straight to the journey, shall we? Let's get the doors open. There we go. Let's unlock the doors. Let's just jump out the chair. Open the door. Because, did I just close the door? I did. Because what this allows us... I'm opening the wrong door. That's why. Oops. Good start to the episode, isn't it? I want to switch on the AWS. I was opening the front door, it seems. Let's sit down. Before I go and totally squash myself in there. So let's turn the key on. There we go. Let's sort the AWS out. Doors are open. Let's have a look at the train from the outside. And there it is. What a fantastic looking train. Let's put some day running lights on, obviously. Yeah, it's a fantastic looking train, isn't it? It really is nice. The livery just pops. Really nice. The orange, the darker colours. It's a fantastic livery. It really is. I look forward to using more skins as well from the Creator Club. That's what I love about it, you know, the fact that you can just download so many great company skins now, and it just adds to the feel of the game. So let's lock the doors, and yeah, we're going to get ready to leave. So as you've seen there, the livery is West Midlands Railway at the front, and then at the rear it's back to the Southern livery, which is very peculiar, but I don't mind that at all. You can see as well there we got another West Midlands Railway at the front and Southern at the rear. It's definitely funny how the game just mixes up deliveries. I'm not going to complain about it too much. So this is one of my favourite camera views, I'm not going to lie. I've just clicked out of it though. The head out of the window, I really do like it. It's such a great view, it just gives you such a nice view of what's going around. And in between stations, of course, we will have a look at the train and the routes that we're on while we're getting there. Let's start slowing down for our first stop, which is Thornton Heath on platform 2. And this should be a nice gentle cruise in. Now, I'm one of them players who does like to use the keyboard a lot instead of the mouse. I will do a lot on the keyboard. That's just how I play the game. It's how I've always played the game. I think the reason is, when I first started playing Train Sim World 1, the original one, I started playing it on console. So I'm used to playing it with like a controller. So kind of using the keyboard kind of just makes sense, other than the mouse, like clicking on things. But I know there's some people who enjoy using the mouse and keyboard as well. And that's perfectly fine. So as you would have seen there, in between like waiting at stations, I do like to just skip ahead a little bit and not have hang around the station. It's nothing worse than having to fill time when you're stuck at a station. But yeah, I kind of just, you know, skip out the middle bit. If we have a long wait at a station, I do like to get out though and have a look around of the train or the platform. You know, I do like to experience things. But sometimes when you just got like the 30 seconds while the train sorts itself out, it's just easier to skip ahead a little bit. So we're about to hit the speed limit of 60. We do have a 45 coming up soon, and that's just after the next station. So all being well, this should be a nice gentle stop at Norbury platform 2. Let's just start slowing the machine down. Let's not fly through the station. I've been known to do that before. If you've seen previous videos, you will know all about that. But yeah, it's it should be grand, this one, as we come into the station. Now me, if you're new to the channel, I do like to play Train Sim World 2. I do like to play Train Simulator 22 as well. I do mix between the two. At the minute on Train Simulator, I am doing a challenge to try and get a gold medal on every North Coastal route. It's a DLC I wanted when it first came out years ago. Then of course it was taken away when Rivet Trains Wales and Virgin Trains lost the franchises, and now it's back again with Avanti and Transport for Wales. And yeah, I just want to see if I can get a gold medal on every route there. So yeah, that's one of the series I'm doing on Train Simulator as well, and just taking out other routes as well. I really do enjoy just going for jaunts on different lines. Now, unfortunately, when I set up that shot, I was not aware that another train would be coming into the platform, so kind of blocked the view of the train there, but we did get a nice view of the trains in the background as well, which is pretty nice. But we got the speed limit coming up. That's why I've not really accelerated too fast. And of course, we got another platform coming up too. This is Streatham Common, platform 2. They're always going to be platform 2, it seems. As we make our way in, let's just jump on board so we can see exactly what we're doing. One of these days, I am going to do like an episode where I can try and do everything with the mouse on all the controls. That would be very... Oops, we are speeding a little bit there. My mistake. That would be a lot of fun for me, I think, to attempt that. I'm so used to like just pressing the keys and doing everything there. It'll be a fun challenge to do everything with the mouse. But that's not for a while. I've got to brace myself for it first. Probably need some practice as well before we do anything like that. So, as you can see there was another train on the other platform. I was ready for it this time. It's like, I'm not going to get fooled twice by you. So, I made sure we had a nice camera view this time of the train. Here we are. Let's make our way down the route a little bit. We've got a nice, steady jaunt, I should say. It's 60, which is always quite nice. We do enjoy a bit of high-speed running. It's a very stop-start line in this. Of course, being on the way into London, you're going to have a lot of stop-starts. I love it when the camera does that, just glitches, because it can't go through the bridges, obviously, because they're a solid object. It has to move itself, which is perfectly fine. You expect that. Of course, it's Balham's platform 2 next, Balham station. I was going to say, we do have a yellow signal, so let's just brace ourselves for the AWS coming soon. It should beep anytime soon, and that'll let us know of the warning, or maybe not. But we was prepared for it anyway, so it's not too bad. Hopefully, the yellows aren't going to go all the way. There we go. Anytime now. Oh, no. It turned green. That's nice. It's always nice when the signal changes just as you get there. Always makes things a bit easier. But we still have the yellow. We've got the speed limit change coming soon as well. This will be before we get into the station, actually. So, let's just ease it down a little bit. Ease it down to 40. There's a train there. Let's give a pap on the horn. It's a West Midlands Railway livery, which is... Oh, come on, game. I pressed Q then for the AWS, and it didn't register it. It seems... Either that or I pressed it slightly too early. My mistake. So we just got to wait for the train to stop. And then... we reverse everything, and there we go. Thankfully, that shouldn't cost us too much time, as a Gatwick Express train makes its way past on the left. I pressed Q. You would have seen it pop up on the left as well. I must have pressed it like that split second too early, which is a shame. It's caught me out a little bit there, which happens, you know. There we go, got you this time. But it's can't get everything perfect, of course. That would be, where's the fun in trying to get everything perfect when you're driving a train? I guess you've got to. Otherwise, it's not a good time. But yeah, that's you get that with me when you watch my videos. Sometimes I just make the damnedest of mistakes. It's quite funny, especially when I overshoot stations. It's a real good time. So make sure, you know, you're clicking the subscribe button and all that kind of fun stuff in the links down below. It's definitely fun to watch me play these games, I'm telling you. And I enjoy the challenge as well, because I'm not the perfect driver. I'm not the greatest at this, but it's I enjoy it. I've always enjoyed these type of games. My biggest series at the minute on the channel, of course, is Transport Fever 2, which is... It's not just trains, but I predominantly focus on the trains, which is always a lot of fun for me. But all in all, anything train-wise on the channel, I enjoy playing. So there's a lot of Train Sim World, there's a lot of Train Simulator, Transport Fever, obviously. So yeah, check out all the socials down below, of course. Greatly appreciate that if you do. And yes, I'm actually talking while we're parked at the station this time. I know I said I didn't do it often, but I thought I would this time. I thought I would get a nice camera angle for the train leaving, of course. But I going back all the way to the beginning of these games, I remember the first Railworks game or Rail Simulator game. I think it was Railworks back then. It was first Great Western branded. Oh, that was going back some years. And I remember playing it on a potato with a PC. I was averaging about 17 frames a second, but I just didn't care. I played Microsoft Train Simulator all the way back then. I played Trains, Railway Simulator. I enjoy playing trains because it just gives you that opportunity to create your own, like, because you was on the you was on like a workbench, so to speak. It just gives you that opportunity to create your own routes and lines and stations. I think that's why I like Transport Fever 2 so much, because I can go in and create my own stuff. But yeah, it's playing on a potato PC at 15 frames a second was a lot of fun, as you can imagine. I mean, these days we're running at a great 60 frames a second. Everything is good. What more could you ask for? But back then it was a different story. But I didn't care. It was an amazing train simulator game, and I'm really happy with where things have come. I mean, look at Train Sim World 2 on the Unreal Engine. It's an amazing game. It looks brilliant. It plays brilliantly. And Dovetail have done a good job of making sure it's optimized for either, if you got a potato PC, it will still run at low settings. You can play it on console, of course. It's on all the consoles. So there's so many ways to play it, and I'm fortunate enough to have a decent gaming rig where I can play it on the computer. But yeah, it's such a fantastic little franchise, and all the routes and everything that we get are just fantastic. Love all the... I'm a UK person when it comes to this kind of stuff. I love all the UK routes and all that kind of fun stuff. All my Transport Fever stuff is UK based. I love the trains, I love the atmosphere of it all, and that's kind of me, really. I just like the UK stuff. Not to say anywhere else is bad, don't get me wrong, but I definitely prefer how we have it. And we have some great trains. We have some dog trains as well, obviously, but we do have some great trains here in the UK. I'd love to hear some of your favourites in the comments down below, of course. Feel free to let me know. So next stop, of course, is going to be Clapham Junction, platform 14. A very busy junction, Clapham, hence why we've got the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up soon. Let's just jump to our head-out camera. Really do love this. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Such a fantastic camera. It lets you see what's going on around so nicely, especially coming into stations as well. There goes Keith in his train there. Just a southern unit making his way along today. We do have a yellow signal to watch out for. Let's make sure we get the AWS perfect this time. Let's not go crazy with it. There it is. I expected it to go off when we went over the little track detector there. It must have been just that little delay of when I pressed it and then when we went over it. There's West Midlands. No, Gatwick Express. I apologise. It's and a Trans Pennine loco. I really do like that deliveries do make their way into the game on different services. I really do like that. So you will see different liveries and all that kind of fun stuff, which is always nice. But let's start slowing down for Clapham Junction. Hopefully this should be okay. We're at 20. Nicely done. Sometimes it's always better to get that speed limit down early. Sometimes I'll leave it way too late and the action points just drop because I'm speeding. There goes another train there. There's Ted taking his train out of Clapham Junction. Doing a fine job. So there we go. We are at the right speed. And yes, we are into platform 14. Look at him come flying through into the station. He's not hanging around, is he? But here we are, Clapham Junction. A very, very busy station. Very confusing station as well for track layouts and that kind of stuff. It's definitely a fun place to come and visit. Funnily enough, I've never visited, but from what I've seen and heard and witnessed on YouTube and all that kind of fun stuff, it's definitely a fun place to come and visit and train watch. See all sorts come through here, and yeah, it works. With how colossal it is, it just works, which is amazing to me. There you go, that kind of gives you like a nice view of just how vast Clapham Junction is. You can see just how many platforms there is and tracks that go through. It is a colossal station. As you can see, there's so many tracks here. Making our way along, it's crazy, but it works. It's very functional. It helps with the trains in and out of London, which is the key thing. You know, there's so many different routes and trains and everything that make their way into London. We need to keep it up and running as smooth as we can, and for the most part we do that in the UK. Of course, we always get the delays. That's part and parcel of it all. We do get delays here in the UK. Probably what we're famous for when it comes to trains is delays, but what can you do? What can you do? We make the best of it. Of course, we're coming into Battersea Park platform 4 next. Home to, of course, the world famous Battersea Dogs and Cats home. But yes, very famous. Battersea Dogs home is more known for, but yeah, it does cats and dogs. It's multi. With that many strays and people just giving up pets these days, it had to expand. So there you go. But yes, we're coming into Battersea Park in a moment. Always amazed me we got the arch bridge on the left there, and then we can just get a normal bridge on the right. It's very unusual. Usually when I do this route, I am on them left tracks, funnily enough. I am on the left, but this time we are more to the right. I don't think I've stopped at Battersea Park before, to be fair, so this is a new station for me, as that train that came into Clapham Junction with us has now overtaken us again, which is perfectly fine. It's a fully southern train as well. No other trains on the back of that, livery-wise. We do have a train in, which is southern. You can tell by the green on the front straight away, which is quite nice. And there's a West Midlands Railway. It's all going on through here, isn't it? What a place to come and train watch. If you want to see what's going on, this is the ideal place. Kind of failed at the end there to flip the camera around as the train went past. Slightly embarrassing, but never mind. I missed the AWS again. Beeps louder when you're outside the train and when you're inside the train. That's very peculiar. But shouldn't hold this up too much. There we go. Let's reset it all. Put the brakes down, and then we should be able to go. There we go. Quick and painless. Really must pay attention to the AWS on this run into the London Victoria. So this is kind of me. I make the mistakes. It's always part and parcel of the episode, but it's you know, I could be one of them people who always make it perfect every time. You never see a mistake because they will go back and they will redo it, and you know, if that's how people want to do it, I got no problem with that. You know, I'd love to have perfect runs and all that through on these lines, but you know, it's all part of the making mistakes as well as all part of learning. As we do have a red signal coming up, so let's make sure we are not Wow, lots of trains going on here. So we could end up queuing to get into Victoria a little bit, or maybe we should get in. Gonna start slowing down anyway. Last thing I want to be doing is going past a red signal. Wow, there's trains everywhere. Can we zoom out? I really should be paying attention as well to the signal, but look at that, just trains everywhere. Who doesn't want to see that? So yeah, we'll wait here for a minute. We're in no rush. Look at that. That's what I love to see. Just it running busy. Lots going on. Lots to see. And we'll just sit here and wait until we're ready to go. But that's what I love about Train Sim World compared to like Train Simulator. It feels more alive. It feels more populated. And of course, who doesn't love that feeling of the world just feeling more real around you? That's absolutely fantastic. There was just so much going on there, wasn't there? I love to see it. But I don't know how long we got to wait here for. It's shouldn't be too long, hopefully. We've only got 786 yards to go in like 2.5 minutes. Once we get up and running, of course, I'm just going to eke a little bit closer to the signal because that's the kind of person I am. Let's not waste any room, of course. Let's just ease back on the brakes now. This is where I fail the mission because the brakes don't apply properly, or I go straight for the signal. I guess there's a train on our platform at the minute that we're waiting to leave, so that would be... Oh, no, we can go. Let's do this. Of course, we've got a 20-mile-an-hour limit to adhere to now, so let's make sure we are following the rules of the rails. As you can see now, there's no speed limit and there is no signal ahead. That must have been the train that made its way out. It is. That's a good job. Don't speed, don't speed. Don't speed, there we go. Have I just learned that you can press the arrow keys? Did not know you could press the arrow keys just to get into that camera view. There's me using the manual cameras and I can just push the button and there you go. That's annoying. How have I only just learned that? The things you learn. I don't know. That's me. I think I know some things and then all of a sudden I'll be like, you've just learned something new. Ding, ding, ding. Ah, dear, dear, dear. There's probably people in the comments like, come on, how could you not know that? That would be me. I try to learn as much as I can, but things go in and then things go out, and it's kind of like a, oh, okay, so you want to learn this, you're going to have to lose that little bit of information. That's kind of what happens with me, so I'll learn something new. So because I've learned that about the camera things, I would have forgotten something else now, which will be quite funny to see what that will be in time. But here we are, we're reaching our destination, which is of course London Victoria. We are on time considering the calamities we've had with the emergency brakes and the AWS. So it's been a wild journey, but here we are. Let's make sure we stop, and we don't want to hit the buffers. That just wouldn't be ideal. Now let's just make sure we're easing down. Lots of people in Victoria. So here we go, and we are parked. We can get the doors open for the final time. And yeah, there we go. London Victoria, everyone. Thank you for joining me on the journey. It's been an experience. As I said, it's not perfect. It will never be perfect with me. I just enjoy it. I really do. Let's do that. Let's turn you off. We'll probably have to take out the master key in a minute. Wait and see. But yeah, I enjoyed that journey. I forgot to open the windows. Oh, I've got to restart it now. Who doesn't open the windows on the journeys? But there we go. We've got a medal. We had a fun time. It's a gold medal. Get in there. Yeah, apart from the emergency braking, we did it perfectly fine. Stop accuracy was fairly decent, all in all. And I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. If you did it as well, I appreciate a like on the video. Give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to know what your favourite UK trains are. If you're from the UK, drop a comment. Feel free to. Check out all my socials in the description as well. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate the opportunity to bring you this video today. And I will see you for a brand new...
Yeah, you ready?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's, welcome back, I suppose, to tonight's live stream. And thank you very much to Lazerjet and also Game Over Gaming for producing those videos for us tonight. Thank you very much. Of course, London Commuter and the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. route are available on March Madness if you want to get them at special discounted prices. Pretty much, if you've been looking for anything over the course of the last few months, you've been saving up a bit of money, or you want to invest a little bit of time into Train Sim World 2, now's a really good time to do it because there are plenty of sales going on right now. The route that we're about to show you, however, is not on sale because it's been released today. This is the Luzern-Sursee route. I will do the full name. It is the S-Bahn Zentralweiss. And Jasper, you can comment and get very upset at my pronunciation as much as you like. Luzern-Sursee, thank you. And it's produced by Rivet Games, so we have got Jasper with us tonight. Hello, Jasper.
Good evening. Good evening. Nice to be here again.
Wonderful to have you back. And obviously, Jamie as well is going to be our driver for the evening. It's Swiss.
Indeed.
It's Swiss, so you know it's going to be Jamie.
I don't know. So many people have been saying about my mic, so I hope that's a little bit better. I might have to do some little fiddling if not, but do tell me if my mic. Yes, it is Swiss expert Jamie. Yes, it is.
It is Swiss expert Jamie. We changed up the liveries on Creators Club this morning, and there was of course an RHB livery in there. Of course there was. Just quickly before we get started and show you the route which released today, just want to give a quick rundown of what we have today. So you've obviously seen the first two sessions. We're going to be doing Luzern-Sursee for the next hour or so. We might run a little bit over. We want to give you as much time as we can do with the route, and then we're going to do a run of the Arosalinie as well, which is of course another rivet route, and it is on 40% off with the RHB anniversary pack, which we'll also be showing tonight at 20% off as well, and that's on Steam. So if you like it, if you like what you see, go on, be a devil. Shall we get started, everybody? Let's go and take a look through, Jamie. Let's take a look, shall we? Shall we kill the face cams?
Yes, that's a good point. Well, good point about that. Let me just get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. This is like get rid of. There we go. Right, we're there. Right, so I think we were going to start with ETCS sort of, so people could learn how the signalling system works. So it'd be an interesting, it's a short 10-minute tutorial on how it works. So we thought it'd be a good intro for those people who want to learn the signalling systems and safety systems.
Yeah, just before we get into that, Jamie, I just wanted to quickly ask Jasper a little bit of the context of the route itself, just before we dive into it. So obviously Luzern is a Swiss route. It's the second Swiss route that Rivet have done. Why did you decide to do Luzern-Sursee? What was it about the route that really appealed to you folk at Rivet? And are you happy with the end result, I guess, is the really $1 million question to kick off with.
So as you stated, we previously produced the Arosalinie, so we had our foot in the door of Swiss content. And we obviously created some of the past, so that was the initial starting point. And then we kind of looked out what is there that is interesting and features rolling stock that people might actually drive on every day, because that's obviously cool to have something in game that you can drive each day. And Luzern-Sursee was just the perfect starting point, with having a big hub, if you want to have it that way, in Luzern Station. Lots of opportunity for gameplay with the depot and the main station, and the tight curves going out of the station and through the mid of the city, before it then gets more rural, and you get the best of the two worlds. And let's not forget the ETCS safety system, which is on that route. So these were kind of the main points why we decided to build that particular route.
Lovely. And we'll kick off with doing a little bit of a run through of the route in a sec. But first, should we do a little bit of ETCS? Because it's new to TSW2. It's the first time this has been implemented in any of the locos in TSW2. So we thought we'd give you a little introduction to it. Jamie, take it away.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, and if you have any questions about ETCS at all, just ask.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
I'm sure I will have many.
Here we go.
it's not that complicated. It's less worse than PZB for sure.
Yeah.
So
That
Welcome
really does
to
not help
this
me, Jasper, for
introduction
being
of the
honest with
safety
you.
systems featured on the
I'm sure you'll
SBB
get the hang of it.
RABE 523 multiple unit. Climb aboard to get started.
Right, which end do we go? Oh, that end, that's fine. Make sure we actually go to the right end.
Yeah. So we're at
So
Sursee
we've got to go
Station.
in there. Yeah. Close the door behind me, normally helps.
Prepare the train for departure.
Key unlocked. Close the passenger doors. Go into forward to -20. There we go. Set the brake to release. Set this to 100. There we go.
Press
So
the
what we're just
ETCS
doing is
toggle
just
button
basically
to
preparing the
initialize
train
the
and
safety
setting
mode the train will be driven in.
the speed limiter. I don't know what's the correct name in English.
Let's do that one.
Level STM
And
covers any
then
onboard
it
safety
talks us through
systems
the
other than
steps of
ETCS on the
initializing
train.
ETCS.
The Integra Signum safety system is also installed
Someone
on this
suggested
train.
Jasper you should do the
More about how this
VO
works
for the
can
or the
be found
voiceover
in the
for the
manual.
introductions.
I was just
Turn
thinking that
on
I probably ruined
ETCS level
the
0.
in-game voiceover.
At ETCS level 0, the driver has to rely on the external signals. The ETCS onboard equipment only
Jamie,
supervises
what are we
the
doing?
line
What
speed of the
narrate us
track.
through it?
So what we've just done is we've just turned on ETCS STM. We're now turning off turning on
Turn
level
on
0
ETCS level 1.
and now level
Acknowledge
1.
that the system initializes in staff responsible mode.
Okay.
Once the train has passed a Belize, it will change to full supervision.
There we go.
When passing a signal that is warning us of a speed restriction is coming up,
So we
the
might cover
onboard
this in a
system
second,
will start
but,
calculating
in terms
the brake
of
curve the driver has to follow
the route
to
itself
ensure
and what
safe
you would get
braking
when
before the
you would,
enforcing
when you
trackside
get the
signal.
route.
This
You get
is
two
the
levels
same
of
for speed
ETCS,
port
don't you? Jasper? You get
restrictions
level
on the
0 and
road.
level 1.
Three actually.
3? Okay, well hit me. Tell me a little bit about each of them.
Okay, so we have just 3 levels of ETCS, which is STM, level 0 and level 1. Of course, you can enjoy the route without having to pay attention to ETCS at all. You can just leave it off and enjoy it that way you want it to have. So for the levels, STM is the lowest one, and it's basically just being an implementation of the Integra safety system, which is kind of the standard safety system in Switzerland. So you use a staff implementation there. Then you can go one step higher, which would be level 0. And it's basically ETCS off, so you're in full control. You have to pay attention to the signals and speed signs
The braking curve
and
is not
whatnot.
followed
And
closely
ETCS
enough,
is only
then the
monitoring
emergency brakes will
if
be
you're
applied.
sticking to the speed limit when driving faster than 100 kilometers an hour. And then we have the level 1, which is the most important,
At
and it's important
ETCS
to notice that
level
we have
1, the
a
train
full
speed
level
is
1
constantly
and not the
monitored.
limited supervision
And
level.
with the use of track balances, data is sent to the train to prevent exceeding
And
the
that's
permitted
basically
speed.
the most
The data
interesting, where you have
transmission
the animated
only
speed
happens at
curves
the points
around
of
the
balances, so we will still
speedometer,
be required to watch the
calculates the
trackside
distance
signals, as new
until when you
information
need
may
to
not
stop.
be
You can see all
immediately
that in the
available.
display. And that's actually quite interesting because it has 2 different modes in level 1. The first one, in which the train initializes, is the staff responsible, and that's because the train has currently no information where it's at and what it needs to display to the driver. So you have a 40 kilometers an hour limit, and you'll have to stick to that 40 kilometers an hour until you pass the first set of balises. These are the yellow boxes in the middle of the track. And the balises transmit information from basically from the tracks to the train, and so it gives the train information where it's at and what the next signal or speed restrictions are. And once you pass that first set of balises, you're in full supervision mode, which then is giving you the brake curves and the correct speed limit and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can see with the blue and white dot, can't you, on the HUD, basically where it is.
Yeah. The blue dot is the current speed limit that ETCS gives you. You can see that actually on the in-game display as well in the train, so you can drive completely HUDless if you want to.
Yeah, you could as well. Yeah.
There's like a grey bar around the speedometer that now changed to yellow.
So you can now see that that's the curve that you need to be beating. Although I'm relatively beating it anyway. But just it's a bit similar, I would say, to LZB or PZB in some respects. You know, you need to keep an eye on your signals and be pressing the your acknowledge buttons at the right time. And keeping an eye. I would say it's more like LZB where you've got the curves, the speed curves and everything.
Yeah, kinda. LZB is like that's going into a bit of a nerdy talk.
No, nerd away. This is a safe space, Jasper.
The LZB is actually a system that is speaks to your train at every moment, and ETCS is only talking to you at the balises, so it's not monitoring your speed or the information all the time, which can result in that you as the driver has new information because you can see the signals from further away, and the ETCS noticed it later because it only gets its data at the balises. But yeah, it's some sort of a mixture between PZB and LZB, but you don't have to acknowledge anything. So
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Do you see I wasn't?
There you go, Jamie.
No, you can see I wasn't in front of the curve there, and all of a sudden I just need to put some more braking on. But there we go.
Good work. That is the basics covered. More information
So
on
actually,
the
if you're
safety
driving below
systems
the
used
40
in the
kilometers an hour
RAB
mark, you don't have to
523 can
comply
be
to
found in our manual.
to the information that ETCS displays you because it's kind of the release speed.
Right.
So it shows you the braking curve, but you don't have to stick to it.
Yeah. I see Liam said. Yeah, it's as Jesper just said. It's sort of a mix between the two of PZB and LZB. So I think if you know your German signalling, you will know what to do with ETCS. But I would recommend having a look at some bits and having a go with this tutorial and just having a go with it. Again, as we said with LZB and PZB. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong. Just try and see where you're going wrong, and then for next time, just try something different, and you'll learn it as you go along.
Yeah, and it's actually quite straightforward because it's telling you what you need to do, rather than awaiting information from you. So yeah, and there is actually a video tutorial as well that covers a bit more information about ETCS on our YouTube channel. Or there's the manual as well, which you can have a look at to see more details about it.
Yeah, if any of our friendly mods in the chat are able to link the manual or any of the videos on Rivet's YouTube channel, that would be wonderful help. Thank you.
That'd be great, yeah.
Thanks, Moggy.
There we go. Right, so I thought, well, we'll just do a quick, well, not doing a quick, but we'll do a run up the line, and we'll do it in the snow, I think, for a little bit of Swissness as well.
Bit of Swissness, yeah, of course. So we're doing are we doing Sursee to Luzerne?
So we'll do Lucerne to Sursee, and then or I'll tell you what no, it's all right. I've got an idea. It's fine.
Oh, that's dangerous.
It's dangerous. Let's do Sursee to Luzerne, and then we can do sort of a a depot. We can have a look around the depot and bits and pieces. Have a look, walk around Lucerne as well.
Might be worth choosing one in the middle of the day so we can actually see something.
That's a good point. Well said. Well
Good point,
said.
well made.
Let's go for that
Part
one.
of the plan, Jamie.
Yeah, yes, yeah, all plan. There we
Since
go.
we started with a dark scenario last time, which wasn't exactly the best thing to do. Yeah.
Right.
I just wanted to quickly ask before we get started. Yes, but I mean, Jamie, feel free to get us going.
Yeah.
In terms of the safety systems, there's always been quite a lot of discussion about what is the appropriate safety system to be using for this particular loco, for this particular route. Why we've kind of come to the decision of what we have got now, which is that kind of 3-tiered level of ETCS at this stage.
There's been a couple of decisions made here, and yes, it's not like 100% perfect recreation of the original system. So the main thing, or the few main points. Let me start with STM again. That's a system or a level that in reality SBB doesn't use because it's very cost intensive to implement that one. We chose to do it anyway because we wanted to have the Integra system in the train as well, which is used in that level, and it kind of allows us future proofing as well because we can simply implement safety systems from Germany or other countries in that STM level, which the countries might be using the STM level. So it kind of allows us an easy implementation for the future. And then if you go for level 0, that's actually implemented correctly. And level 1, we've gone for the full level 1 and not the limited supervision that SBB uses on their routes. And that's because our train isn't able to use level 1 limited supervision. That has something to do with the baseline version of the train, which is kind of like the main version of ETCS. So you have baseline 2 and baseline 3. And our train only supports baseline 2, but it would require baseline 3 for level 1 limited supervision. So we've decided to do a full level 1 implementation because it allows us to have an interesting or more interesting gameplay, because you won't have the braking curves and the animated distance towards the next signal in the limited supervision ETCS. So we've made that compromise there to get a more interesting gameplay. That's been quite a lot. I apologize for that. We have actually a full forum article about why we did what as well. I'll just quickly bring that up and check it in the chat. Maybe one of the mods could do the honors and repost it. Where was it? It just explains it in a more comprehensive version than I will probably ever able to do.
That sounded
all
pretty
right,
eloquent to me.
I'll just turn the old game audio down a little bit, as the chat is saying it's a little bit loud.
Just while Jasper is finding that for him, just a couple of little introductory bits and pieces about the route, some of the key features. So it's a relatively short route, so it's
25 kilometers.
25 kilometers.
25 kilometers, yeah, that's 16 miles, something like that.
Yeah, which is obviously sort of end to end. It's got the RAB 523 EMU in the SBB livery. We've already talked about ETCS. It's got 5 scenarios, timetable, what you would normally expect from a route add-on really, but it's obviously got that kind of Swiss charm, which is lovely. And you kind of mentioned the contrast between the urban areas and the countryside areas, which is quite nice, and obviously that does add a little bit of variety to the route as well. What else, Jesper, would you say is kind of the reasons why someone should get really excited about a route like this?
You have the fast stop and go traffic with these kind of S-Bahn commuter services that stop at every station, or if you want to, you can have like select the regional trains and go a little further and faster. That's pretty much it. You've covered it very well.
Nice one. Okay. So Jamie, tell us what we're doing. Tell us where we're going. I've been listening to Jasper's dulcet tones, and we're logged up because we're watching on the well, myself and Jasper are watching on the stream. So Jamie's going all out for the railfan shots, and I'm getting until a few seconds later. So tell us what you're getting up to.
So now we're now on the way to Notwil, and we're now about to pass the very, very famous lake. Yeah, you'll be able to see it on the left-hand side in a minute. I've done it as quite an interesting sort of weather pattern, so it's almost like it's between sort of rain and snow. There you go, there's my alarm, and there's my emergency brake. Whoops-a-daisy. I didn't realise I was supposed to be stopping there. This is going to go well, he says. Oops-a-daisy. Well, that was where I was meant to be stopping. That's alright, we'll get there. Oh dear, I thought to myself... Uh-oh. Oh dear. Sorry, nobody saw that.
I think everybody saw that.
That's what happens when you are about to talk, and I was just like, oh, hang on a minute, I was supposed to be stopping there.
It's because you were being too flash, Jamie. You're trying to do the railfan shots without actually worrying about driving.
Yes, exactly. That was what I was doing.
That's worse than a gnat, that was.
It was, yeah.
That's, what is that, 300 metres nearly over the...
Yeah. It's alright, we'll get there.
It was close.
I mean, to be honest, if I would have actually stopped, I would have caught up the time as well, which is the bit of me is just like, oh, really? But there we go, never mind. Got to have a bit of fun, anyway.
Not willing to stop, yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah. I was so much enjoying the route that I just didn't want to stop. There we go.
Aww.
There we go. Right. There we go. Now we can actually look at the lake. So this is here we are. We can now look at the lake. As you can see, it's sort of made it look like early springtime. So probably yes, but as it would look now, where you've got like mounds of snow in some areas, yeah. But it's sort of warming up almost. You know.
I haven't been to Switzerland for quite a while, so I don't know what it's looked like there. But yeah, could be.
Yeah. There you go. I've nearly opened both doors. Right.
Because that question came up earlier in the chat about why we haven't added zip additionally. I don't know the exact answer to that question, so we'll go and find out for you.
Yes, yeah, I think that's. I think it seems like the safety systems themselves are the thing that a lot of people are asking sort of questions about, or having. I think having sort of conversations about within the channel. So I've seen a little bit on Discord as well. So it's something that we're constantly looking at, and I imagine, as I say, based on feedback that you guys give us, we'll continue to look at it. And I know that the Rivet team, well, Jasper especially, will be watching this because he's here. So if there's anything that we're seeing that is not 100% the way there, then we'll obviously review it and go back to it.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jamie, you know what happens when this happens. When you do this.
Don't worry, I won't do it again. Oh dear.
At least you've got 4 kilometers to spend that time.
Yeah, I've got time. I've got time. It just suddenly catches up on you. You're just like, hang on a minute. But there we go. You can see where I've gone wrong. There you go, chat. That's what you've not got to do when you realise I think it's probably because I've done other scenarios doing this, because I have played this route before, and I think basically when I've done the scenarios, I've never normally stopped at that station, so that's probably why I just thought, yeah, no, I've got plenty of time. No, I didn't.
Mr. JMB asks about the window tinting, because it is a little bit tinted, isn't it? Have we adjusted that throughout the development process? I remember seeing actually an early build. It was the tint was quite dark. It looks like it's been lightened a little bit.
It has been lightened a bit from the first stage of developing, and after the previous stream last week, there have been another change on it to make it even lighter, but that won't be in the release build, unfortunately, or not in the day one patch either. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it looked that bad as it looked last week with Matt's stream. I don't know what was wrong there, but yeah, it's quite tinted in the original as well, because Switzerland always has not always, but does have a lot of snow in winter, and that's kind of bright, so they tinted the window quite a lot to make it easier for the driver to view the route, but it was a bit too much, that's true, and we've changed that now, so yeah.
And Jamie's realised there's a station, which is nice progress.
Yeah. I've realised there's a station this time, so we're getting there, it's fine.
Let's talk about audio, shall we, Jasper? Because I think one of the things that so these are obviously unique sounds to the 523.
Yeah.
Is that something that have they all been taken authentically from the loco itself? Is it a pack that you've got from elsewhere? How have you kind of put together the audio mix for this particular loco?
We went on a survey quite a while ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, before that whole COVID thing started, and we recorded a lot of the train back then. So we used this audio to then master it and implement it into the game, which obviously includes a lot of editing and making sure the audio sounds exactly what it should like. But it's our own audio and our own implementation, so we hadn't help from anyone like Armstrong Powerhouse or that kind of style. Yeah, so it's our own. Sorry.
Here we go. Off again.
That's cool. Are you happy with how? I mean, again, me and Jasper cannot hear the sounds right now. But from when you've been playing it, Jasper, in the build up to release, are you happy with how it all sounds? Are you happy with how it's all mixed together and how everything sort of ties as an overall experience?
I think it turned out actually quite nice. You know, the Flirt has some very distinguished sounds. Like, for example, if you're leaving a station and applying power, you can always hear the hiss of the brake, of the brakes releasing, that kind of thing, or the doors closing, or if you move the reverse into forward, you know, you have that very easy, recognizable clicking of relays and whatnot in the cab. That sounds pretty cool, I think. It's probably not perfect, and it will never be, but I think it turned out to be quite a good implementation. We had quite a few train drivers who drive the unit in real life saying that they think it looks pretty good. So yeah, so we've seen some feedback about it as well, and of course looking into that one. So if you think we haven't got it right, please let us know what exactly you think we haven't got right. So yeah, happy to review it.
I must admit, because I have seen some of these when I've been over to Switzerland, but I've also seen the other variant of Flirt, and I must admit it's been obviously we have the Flirts in the UK. We have them on greater angular surfaces, so and it feels very much like it. You know, it feels exactly the same. You know, how you hear the hissing and the relays and everything like that is exactly how they are. You know, in the UK. So
yeah. Do you have the exact version, the Flirt 1, or do you have the updated?
I can't remember what version we have
Okay,
off the top of
because
my head.
these do sound quite different.
Yeah, but I think they have sort of similar styles, as I said, with the, you know, you could tell that it is a Flirt basically, but you know,
That's true. Got some really characteristic sounds to it.
there we go. It's looking a bit more snowy here. Look at that. Look.
Oh yeah, it's starting to build up on the windscreen.
Yeah.
Jamie, can we get a horn blast, please?
Yeah. As I'm slowing down, hang on. So I say inside or do outside. There you go.
Nice. I always need you to cue me on those, Jamie, because again, we can't hear them, and I don't want to ruin the experience for anybody. I'm assuming that sounds wonderful. Jamie, your assessment.
Very good. I like it. And I think it actually sounds like the Flirts in the UK. As, yeah, British Film Guide, class 755 and 745. So yeah, no, it does sound very similar. And I must admit, I haven't been to this part of Switzerland, but I've been watching drivers I've used and bits and pieces of the area, and I must admit it looks beautiful. Another beautiful area.
Cool.
And it's actually a very nice locomotive to drive. You could make it more complicated, but again, you can make it very easy as well, because it has a form of what we call cruise. I think you were trying to work out the name for cruise control, Jasper. I think was it?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a form of cruise control, but you don't need to use it if you don't want to. But most drivers would use it, and also it's quite clever because if you're coming down, the line is quite grade. It has got quite a few up and down gradients. You think it's flat, but it's not. One of the things it will do is if you put it into your cruise control, you set it to a certain speed, it will brake for you. So you don't have to worry about speeding or anything like that, because it will automatically do it for you, which is quite good.
Nice. And we are pulling into a nice, gentle stop into Rothenburg Station. I'm not going to let you live this down, Jamie. Now.
No.
Never going to let you live it down. I've seen that overshoot by a long way on a 4-up challenge. I've now seen you on a stream do this too.
Yeah. Let's not. Oh, go on. Am I going to do it? Oh, that's perfect. Oh, I'm happy with that. That'll do me.
Speaking of perfect, if anybody is looking forward to the 4-up challenge tomorrow night, you are in for a absolute treat. We did it's pre-recorded, but we did the recording this morning, and myself, Jamie, Nat and Sam taking part. I think it's the best one we've ever done. I think in terms of chaos, laugh out loud moments, genuinely the best that we have ever done. So you should be looking forward to it. It's on Sunpatch Grade. It's to kind of celebrate again the TSW's 5th birthday, doing the first route ever on the game, and yeah, we are very excited for you to watch that tomorrow night. About this time tomorrow, so 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Sam's going to be taking the reins for the evening, but we're going to be doing that at 8 o'clock. So make sure you set your alarms. It's going to be a stonker.
Yeah.
Sounds like something I have to add to my list of things I need to watch.
Oh, you're gonna delight in it, Jasper. I had a absolutely wonderful time.
I think this is the first
by
time
that I
we've
mean I
all
had
been
an absolutely
crying,
terrible
laughing. That's how funny it's been. I think it's the first time it's ever happened. So yeah, that's how funny this is.
I can imagine with these heavy American trains, it's not the easiest thing to drive. So, yeah.
And with the wind turned up, with the snow turned up, with all of the possible things that could be thrown at us to try and make it more challenging. There's no other words to describe it than chaos.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
Now it's got really heavy. Yeah, we've really changed it. I'm pleased with the way I've chose the snow on this, because it looks really good now.
Looks like Switzerland. Yeah.
It does.
And the scenery is important point to make, because obviously Arosa is the other Swiss route that we have in game, and we've had our, I think it's fair to say, fair share of challenges with kind of particularly distance scenery within Arosa, and obviously we've gone over that quite a few times as to why that's happened and what the kind of, I mean, why the decision was made to kind of focus more on the driving experience rather than perhaps distance scenery. But it looks like with this we've got kind of a nice kind of middle ground where actually the scenery looks strong throughout the route. Was that kind of a conscious decision your end to make sure that I suppose the distance scenery in particular was kind of more well-rounded this time round, Jasper?
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned it, that especially the mountains in the far distance were quite challenging to make. And as we come into Luzerne station, you'll see that there's a big mountain that you can very easily recognize, and it's very iconic for Luzerne station. So we've actually spent quite some time getting a perfect impression of that by modeling the actual mountain rather than using the landscape terrain texturing painting thing in Unreal Engine, which just results in a way better mountain that actually looks quite good. So you'll see that as we come into Lucerne. But then as well, even outside of the station and throughout the rural areas, we spent quite some time on the distance scenery to just make it look nicer, because we've heard that feedback. And wanted to improve things, and I think it worked out quite well. So but at the same time, don't lose the detail in the near scenery. You'll see there are quite a few iconic buildings along the route, from the big house at the left, the white one, which we've probably gone for like 10 seconds or something like that. In the background there,
feel free to interrupt us, Jasper, when I know there's a sorry in me interrupting you there, but feel free to interrupt us if we are coming up to one of those iconic buildings to point out.
No, sure. There's a lot of freight buildings along the route which are quite recognizable as well, or when driving through the end part towards Lucerne in the middle of the city, they're quite remarkable as well. So I think they look really good, and actually think scenery was done pretty good on this route.
I agree, and obviously, Jamie, we're on Steam. We're playing on Steam tonight, aren't we? So we're playing on PC tonight for anybody that is interested.
Yeah, that looked really nice, by the way. Just there, I was like, oh, I can do a nice arty-farty shot there. There we go.
I think you guys have done a really good job with the scenery in this one. As I say, you can clearly see there's been a lot more kind of love that's gone into making sure that, as I say, it feels like it's Switzerland. It feels like it's that kind of mountainous, scenic.
That's actually the mountain in the distance that I was talking about.
Yeah.
And we're pulling into one of the stations that is quite iconic, because it's like a apartment building wrapped around the station with like a restaurant at the top. Quite a unique. Quite a unique station.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you've got the driver's eye view and bits and pieces like that, when I watched that, this is the station that stands out because it's different to anything else on the route, really.
It's quite unique.
Yeah, it's sort of obviously you're going slightly under the bridge as well, so it's a little bit more kind of. There you go. Oh.
So if I come out of the
going for a little run, are we?
No, I was using the free cam. There you go.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were going to go for a little jog for us.
No, I'll do that later. And you even got the lift shafts as well, which I think is quite cool.
Yeah.
Glass lift shafts. Oh, and I haven't unlocked the doors. That would probably help, wouldn't it?
And obviously you've just seen another 523 go past there as well. Probably a good idea to talk about rolling stock and the busyness of the route as well. So in terms of timetable, Jasper, is this the kind of accurate timetable for the route itself? I know that
Yes.
there are other locos and EMUs that run on this particular route, but obviously they're not necessarily within this pack, and we don't. It's a little bit like Cathcart in that sense, in that there is probably more traffic that goes on, but it's not currently within the game. So what did we do to try and make the route feel busy, feel like it's more kind of filled with stuff?
So as you mentioned, we use the real world timetable, so it's actually there what is there in real life, and you can choose from the commuter services, which are 4-car trains, or you can choose the regional express services, which then are 8-car trains, just like the one that we've seen. And this is actually one of Switzerland's busiest routes. So there's quite a lot more on this route than it is right now in game. We only have the 523. But even with that one, it's quite a busy timetable. And since it's a rather medium length route, you got to see the trains more often than on the longer one. And there are some AI trains as well as we come into Lucerne. You'll see that in a minute, that there's a line coming from the left into our track, which many trains uses and disappear into there. So yeah, and then we've obviously placed some trains around Lucerne stations to make that feel a little bit more alive.
Yeah. So what, in terms of the placings, what does that look like? Is because there are some AI traffic, but there's also some AI.
Some static trains.
Yeah, some static train. Yeah. What kind of static trains will players expect to see?
It's just a 523 as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the same. It's the actual train being placed there. It's not like a static model or that kind of stuff.
It all helps to build out the kind of the feeling of
Yeah.
the route feeling more alive, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just do the collectible.
So the inevitable question, Jasper, is, and I mean, I can probably give an answer to this, but I kind of want you to as well. Are there any plans to add additional Swiss locos to this particular route? And bear in mind, at the moment, everybody, there's nothing on the roadmap. What's your perspective on it, Jasper?
There are definitely a lot of opportunities to what could be there. So I leave it at that one. Obviously, yeah, just like you said, I'm going to play the roadmap card as well.
I was hoping
there's nothing on there.
Just thought I'd have a
Yeah,
quick walk through the unit while we're sitting here as well.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you've got the screens as well, because the SBB.
These are actually working.
Yeah. The RHB Allegras, something I can remember with them is the screens. You know, you could see what you were doing. The Allegras feel very, very similar to this, and again with the flirts in North, you know, on Greater Angular, again it feels very, very similar. So I'm sort of used to, you know, the flirts and 523 style of locomotive units. Sorry, and yeah, I must admit it's really nice.
You actually let your passengers sit in complete darkness.
There you go. Even got the toilet. All right, let's go back. And
So Jamie, there is a request from Joe in the chat.
Yeah.
And we love Joe in the chat. We love to try and make him happy. He wants us to turn the lights on in the cab so we can see it with the lights on as well.
I didn't remember to turn on the interior lights, did I?
No, yeah. Now your passengers are sitting in perennial darkness, which is an interesting vibe.
There we go. They now can see. I mean, it is 1 o'clock in the. I mean, it's 1 o'clock in the day, so I mean, but yeah.
There we go. Let's take a look.
There you go. That's a bit better. You know, see what's going on.
Yeah. It looks actually quite nice and warm, I think. So yeah.
It does. Yeah, it's quite warm
like-
lighting, isn't it? I must admit.
Mood lighting, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we? No.
Feels almost like home, more or less.
Oh, go back, Jamie. Go back. sorry, I know we're a little bit behind you. If you go back a little bit to the posters you went past a second ago.
That one.
There is a little Easter egg I think that you might have seen.
Well, the West Cornwall one.
Yeah, the West Cornwall one. Yeah, there we
I like
go.
that. There we
I
go.
very much enjoy that.
There's actually quite a fun one over one of the doors as well, which is an ad referring to a big Swedish furniture store, which we have on the route, and it's called Ideal, rather than.
Oh, nice. I like
You
it. I
know
like
what.
it.
I've seen the burgers. I've seen the burger one.
Yeah, it's right above one of the doors. I can't remember where exactly it is, but
I'm sure I'll
yeah.
find it. I'm sure we'll find it. Oh, there we go. I found it. There it is.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's... Right. Let's get back in the cab before the passengers start complaining at us.
Oh, that is so good. I like that. These are my favourite bits. I love the little Easter eggy bits that you, quite clearly you folks have had a lot of fun implementing.
It's just nice going through. Hey, what could we do that probably most of the people won't ever notice, but it's it's just nice to tell. If you've got a bit of spare time, which you can then spend on things like these. That's always
The unit passing us.
Are there any other little Easter eggs for players to watch out for? Yes, but I know you folk like to hide a few bits and pieces across the route.
The mastery tie was quite cool this time. I won't spoil what it is, but I think that's pretty cool. You can walk around on quite a big areas on some of the stations. That's quite nice to discover, because there's like some sort of bridges and underpasses that you can actually wander through. And then the collectibles are quite cool to find, I think, because we have the standard posters and newspaper stands and route maps, but we also do have the broken bikes you can repair. Just one of the fun ones we created. I think it's pretty cool. And that looks like a wireless bridge there.
Yeah, does a little bit.
I think the cars had a little bit of fun there as well.
Yeah.
I know that there were a few fun cars with the Rosa as well. I seem to remember. So probably worth putting that note on that one, Jasper.
Yeah, will do.
Also notice, people will probably be saying, hang on a minute, there's a road there, but there's no fence. One of the things in Switzerland is they don't do fences with next to railways. It's not their sort of thing, really, is it, Jasper? There isn't...
Actually, may I interrupt you there, just because there's this bridge on the left that I was talking about previously, which is one of the main connections from Lucerne to, I believe it was Zurich.
Yeah, I should think so, yeah.
So that's quite heavily used by other AI trains.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they don't normally have fences, do they? It's not, even if you say you had houses and all the houses wouldn't have fences. It's just something they don't do, isn't it? But we're now 1.6 kilometers from Lucerne.
Yeah, and we're coming now into the most urban bit, where we're going right into the city. That's pretty cool, I think, especially when we leave the first tunnel here in the between two walls, and the actual houses are up high. That's pretty cool.
Jamie loves his Charles' name.
I just like how I've done the lighting and everything. I think it just looks really nice, especially the reflections on the side of the of the unit.
That looks brilliant. The reflections look really good, actually. I don't mean actually in a negative way. They look genuinely really good. Full stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I just like how this train looks. It looks, kind of sleek and modern.
It
It's
does,
really
yeah.
cool.
We're out of the first tunnel now. This is, as you saying, no, I like this as well, because you're getting like a little bit of scenery, and then it goes into another tunnel and you get another bit of you know, I like all.
Yeah. It's quite different if you look up to the right and left up the walls.
Yeah.
After each tunnel.
And you got like the pipe work and bits and pieces, haven't you, along the side?
They're quite remarkable in that section, so yeah.
Oh, hello. I need to go down to 40, if not 80. Yes, it's gonna moan at me. It's alright. I'm already on it. There we go.
That's the final stretch into Lucerne. We'll see the depot on the right hand side in a moment.
Yeah. I thought we'd have a look around the depot in a bit as well.
Yeah. Perfect. Sounds good.
So, also interesting about Lucerne, a bit like this is a multi-gauge station as well, isn't it?
Yeah. That's quite cool actually, because it the narrow gauge track really goes down to one track under this bridge.
Yeah.
Or used to go down to one track. They're rebuilding it at the moment.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah. And so you have the main tracks on the left half of the station as we come into it.
Yeah.
But we might have some time and wander around, because you can actually see that there are narrow gauge tracks on the right half as well, which is pretty unique. Yeah.
It is very noticeable. Like a bit, Kerr was obviously, because of where the Rosa part of Kerr starts. You know, you can't really see where the dual gauge interchanges as much as where it does. You know, sort of here at Lucerne.
Yeah.
You know, Kerr, you know, it more interchanges further in the yards, heading towards sort of Thusis and that way. You know. Coming in, and Lucerne is a very grand station as well, because it was burned. Well, it did burn down, didn't it, at one stage? Was it in the 70s or 80s? I think it was.
Ooh, I don't know for sure, but you can actually see in reality they have this big arch standing right in front of the station, which kind of is a reminder to the old one, and you can see right in front of us that there is this arch as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've built that, and you can actually see it as you wander around the station.
Yeah, it's
yeah, quite a remarkable thing.
Yeah, you can see the arches just there.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see the arches just there, and the post buses as well. Yeah. Right. Let's go and lock the doors. How many points did I get for that? Oh, well, that's not too bad. Do I get a gold medal? Oh, that'll do. That's lovely. I don't mind that. Right, let's go and have a look at the depot, shall we?
Perfect. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah, so we've got.
Yeah.
So the original plan tonight was that we were going to do a scenario as well, wasn't it? And
oh, was it? Yeah.
Obviously, I mean that was the original plan, but I'm happy to do what we want to do, let it flow, and then we can move into Arosa whenever we feel like. If we're enjoying this, then let's keep going, and we'll come back to Arosa maybe in about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could actually start that scenario. What was it? The shedding the weight scenario, and that brings us into the depot quite at the beginning as well.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Two birds, one stone. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually start outside Luzerne, and then, well, you'll see in a second. So, yeah. That is a pretty cool screenshot, I have to say.
Yeah, some good screenshots, isn't there, recently? I must admit.
Yeah.
So you signed the RA BE 523 afternoon with S77 service with additional train unit. First, head to Luzerne. You'll uncouple the first unit and switch cab. Once changed, you will travel to Sursee. There we go.
Yeah.
So we've got to wait for this unit in front of us to head out.
Exactly.
Nigel's asked if the route's being extended, and somebody in the chat has already put if it's not on the roadmap, it's not being worked on. So no, I mean, there are obviously bits and pieces going on behind the scenes, but I don't believe there are plans at this stage to extend the route, are they, Jasper?
Not at the moment. Mainly because it's an end-to-end route. With the S1, you could have the extension to Olsen or Bar in the other directions, but we aren't working on these at the moment. No.
Let's head off. So again, you can now see in a different time of year. So you can see that I've just done it in the snow.
Yeah. I think it looks quite cool in the summer as well. We could have a more detailed look at the mountains we're going to as well.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about that one as well when we pulled into it. That's actually quite remarkable. Once we finish going around the corner and start the right turn, there's a chateau right above the train tracks, which like has its own cable car railway going up to it.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't model the cable cars, but the train tracks are there. So that's right about here when the two lines join each other.
Oh, here we are. There. There it is.
There it is, yeah.
That's really
Love
cool.
to have a cable car going up to, or is that
Funicular, isn't it?
That is a cable car. It's a cable car, yeah.
I'd have a cable car that went up to my house.
Yeah.
Although I do live at pretty much a ground level, so that might be a bit of a challenge.
You can just have a cable car at what level?
Oh yeah, I could do that. I'd go down into the garden on the cable car.
That would be quite fun, wouldn't it? There you go.
Just get creative with it.
So also we're coming in bi-directional running as well, I've noticed.
Yeah.
So we're now heading in on the, what would consider, I suppose this would be the up line. And we were on the down line before. Nice one cross over here.
We'll switch in a second though. Yeah.
There you go. So now
That's
coming off the up line.
That's something quite usual for Switzerland to do, and especially in the approach to Lucerne, because it's very narrow and you only have two tracks. So they can use them in both directions because they have quite a lot of trains coming in and out of that station.
Yeah, well, you might as well use all the tracks with it, you know.
Yeah.
Now coming in. I must admit, you can, and it's nice because you can see all like the hedge is growing over the edge of the walls and everything. You know, just gives it a little bit more detail.
Yeah, spent quite some time on that approach to make it feel like an actual, in the middle of the city approach to a station.
You can see it's quite an amazing station because it's got multiple junctions and everything.
Yeah. And if you just turn around, there's this mountain right behind you.
There you go. That's the famous mountain. What was the name of the mountain behind there? Do you know off the top of your head?
I would say it's the Pilatus.
Ah, right.
Don't quote me on that one.
A quick Google will help us here.
Yeah. You can see the dual gauge just there. I'll put so much braking on now. You can see the dual gauges running over each other.
Pilatus. Yeah. Good knowledge, Jasper. Good knowledge. It was there somewhere. It was there somewhere in the back of your mind. And you managed to pull it out there when you needed it most. I respect that.
And I like all the different coloured buildings along Lucerne, the street here.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah. They're quite remarkable, like these old city buildings, and then you have the modern, squarish station buildings.
And the question is, can I do a stop without even having a look to see where I'm going?
Oh, no look stop,
That's
Jamie.
risky.
Have you not
risky.
learnt from earlier? Go on, Jamie. I'll give you. I'm not going to say I'll give you a fiver if you get it right, but I'll give you a virtual fiver if you can get this one right.
I'm
It would
taking
be a
it
shame
easy
now if you were to speed up.
No, I'm just going to take it easy.
Distracted.
Yeah, it's quite an amazing station, and obviously you have very interregional trains as well.
Yeah. They're into city trains, and actually 2 types of
Oh, look at that.
Aspen or commuter trains that are driving outside of Luzerne. And then you obviously have the narrow gauge stuff as well.
Look at that. Let's have a look at this for a stop. Oh, look at that. And I didn't even look. There you go. I'm quite pleased with that one. There you go. Perfect. There we go.
It's a round of applause from me, Jamie.
You get one from me as well.
Yay!
It's a shame you didn't bring this to the 4-up challenge.
I know,
tomorrow.
I could have needed that. Yeah. So there you go. There's the narrow gauge section. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 platforms on the narrow gauge section. I can't remember the name of the barn that uses that. Can't remember the name of the railway. Off the top of my head, but yeah.
Yeah. Give me a moment. Central Bahn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Central Bahn, yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah. No, Luzerne doesn't have through platforms.
Go, so no shutdown.
You can actually see that the train length and the display right in front of you has changed, because it's dynamically displayed in there.
I need to put it into shutdown.
We're getting roasted, or I'm getting roasted for my central Bahn, which would be Zentralbahn if you want to have it the German way. That's actually cool. Yeah.
If anybody's ever heard one of the me and Matt German streams, then you will know exactly that we are sometimes not the best at getting the German/Austrian tongue /
name right,
Swiss
yeah.
wrong, Swiss tongue right.
Yeah, it's quite hard because you have that's strength, whatever in the German language, and I even watch myself sometimes using the English way of speaking it, just because like everyone around me uses them, so it's quite hard to settle for Lucerne rather than being Luzerne, which is just 2 completely different things.
So is it? Say it again, Jasper, in the German.
Lucerne.
Luzern.
Yeah.
Lucerne. Yeah.
Luzern. Okay.
It's just that a bit harder and more clear way of saying it. I don't know how to put it. Yeah.
It's more of a hard stop when you get to that sound.
Yeah.
It's almost like Lucerne, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah. I'll
Now
never
going
remember
into the
that,
depot,
but there we
no?
go.
But yeah, I mean, also with the Swiss, it's different. A bit like how we have different accents. So we have like a northern, or you know, we have Scottish and Welsh, don't we? Which have different languages. The
We've got
Swiss
East Anglian, Jamie.
in Norfolk,
and,
yeah, Norfolk and Suffolk, yeah, they're
and
completely different.
Hertfordshire, like me, and
Yeah.
But you're not trying to compare Swiss German to a German sound. You're not going to do that.
Yeah, because
completely different language.
yeah, because the Swiss German is the Swiss. I suppose German as a whole is similar, but Swiss German is slightly different wording, isn't it? Slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have some words that don't exist in any other accent, which are just kind of weird. You know, they speak German as well, but they have this language called Swiss German as well, and that's just completely different thing. Yeah. Just because I see the question in the chat, if rush hour is implemented, yes, we have the rush hour passengers implemented in that route.
nice.
And now we're pulling into the depot. Yeah.
It's a nice area,
Yes.
this, I must admit. Very, very sort of early railways-esque, you know, sort of. You can imagine steam locos sitting in here, you know, in the steam days and things like that, you know.
Yeah. They're quite cool with the orange train jacks that we built for this depot, because we wanted to have something to make it feel more like a depot.
Yeah.
And these are there actually in real life, because they're used to lift the train up. That's pretty cool, I think. Spend quite some time on them, and you can actually go up close and see all the detail we put into it.
Yeah, well, when we get a stop, because I think we come out of here, don't we, as well? There we go.
Yeah, we just change hands.
Your stopping is on point today, Jamie. Apart
I
from
know.
that one stop where you just forgot to stop.
Yeah. There we go.
Class 37F has asked if we can get some wiper action. I mean, it's not raining, or snowing, but yeah, sure. Let's get some wiper action going.
I know I don't need to go through the door to do this, but I thought, well, we might as well have a look round. There we go. So it looks like it was two sheds originally, and it was joined together, I'm guessing, at some point.
That's probably what happened there. It's quite an interesting way of joining two stations, because they have this cool glass architecture thing in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable, yeah.
And also I noticed that it's clever, because obviously you had the original pits for the locomotive, so I imagine they've, you know, or did you put this in? So were these, do they normally just have the pits? Or did you put these in so you could, you know, walk over them without falling down there, basically?
It was basically that, plus the fact that we didn't have much information about this depot, because obviously it's hard to find images like these, because, you know, they're just the people in there which are working in there, so it's hard to find reference for these depots.
Yeah, of course.
So we just gone from what we could see and what we thought it would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it's nice, because I think there's a piece of I can't remember if there was a piece of video footage I've seen or something like that where they've taken a unit out of the depot and you see all the doors opening and things like that, you know, on the depot. And I'm guessing this long box over here is a loco wash. Is it this long? Is that a wash?
There's not a local wash in there nor implementation, but I believe it is in real life. Yeah, so we haven't implemented our one there.
Yeah. I'm just walking over. Walking all over the track. Good job there's not anybody else coming, but there we go. Right. And I must admit, being on these units, it feels, you know, the closing the doors and how the doors work feels exactly how the flirts do in this country. You know, It feels very, very similar.
Yeah.
Right.
We started something with our languages talk there. This was Spanish before, and now Nat is apparently talking about some Welsh accent.
Nat's going to be on the stream, but she's not going to be live on the stream tomorrow night. She's got the weekend off, so she won't be joining us. But Welsh might not be a bad shout because they are currently winning in the football. So and it's not against Switzerland, but it's against one of its, I won't say neighbours, but it's against Austria. So we'll see if that stays the same, and if so, we'll get Nat to do something Welsh at some point.
Oh, wow.
She doesn't know about this, but we'll make her do it.
Yeah. I'm just wondering what I've done wrong.
There was somebody actually who was asking, a couple of people actually were asking, and this isn't a good time to say it right now, but recovering from an emergency stop on this loco.
Oh, yeah.
Might be worth just doing a quick emergency stop and then maybe Jasper running through what to do.
Well, the funny thing is, I've put it in emergency at the other end.
That shouldn't
I have
cause any problems. Just set the emergency brake, set the air brake to full service.
Yeah.
And the throttle to 0. Then release the brake, and then we should be good to start driving again.
Nope. What have I done wrong there?
But it still shows the emergency icon, so we might need to go back to the other end and put it out of emergency brake.
Yeah, that's probably what I've done wrong. There we go. Right, we're off. Right.
Can you just sing or hum along, Jamie, every time? we can just sit back and not do anything. You can just provide the entertainment for the evening.
Well, I think Sam would probably do that, to be honest.
Or Sam's in for the long haul tomorrow. He's doing 4 hours, I think. So
Yeah.
he's well, 2 hours live. 2 hours live, but he might have some humming by the end of it. We're doing an American Freight night tomorrow night. So we've got what have we got? We've got Sam Patch. We've got Sherman Hill. I think Train Simulator Driver, who's in the chat tonight. I think we're doing one of his videos. Then I think we are doing Oakville, and then I can find this very quickly, but Oakville and then Cane Creek.
Have you set try setting the air brake to full service and the throttle to 0?
So that's now to 0. Right, let's just restart the cab again. Put that into forward. So I could hear something then. Put that into release. And then... yeah, nothing seems to be releasing. I'll close the doors.
That's weird.
I wonder if I've got the key unlocked at the other end. Give us a minute, chat. Give us a minute. I wonder if I've still got the key on at the other end. That would make me wonder why that won't be working.
That could be, yes.
Oh, okay, this could be... yeah, that's set to
I'm just
0.
picturing in real life the person that runs this quickly through the...
I think it's exercise.
That's
Yeah,
off.
you just have to tell. That's weird. Maybe try setting it to on here, and try to release the emergency brake as well. You know, just set it to on, set the brake to full service and the throttle to 0, and then release the brakes again and see if the emergency brakes go off.
Yeah, I can't turn the cab on this end. No. So...
The brake won't have any effect then.
no. I know what I need to do. I need to go up that end, take the key out that end, go back up to that end, and then...
Why don't we just do a 4-up challenge of this?
Yeah, I
4-up
mean,
challenge
this
of
is going to be
running
quite
backwards
fun.
and
There you
forwards
go.
down the train all the time.
Right. Turn the key... right, that's probably why. Right. So
I'm pretty
that's-
confident it is working because I was playing the scenario like this morning. So yeah.
Right, put that into neutral. Take the key out. Go this end. Now I'm not totally driving. Let's go this
Have you
end.
actually put it out? Because you need to. Yeah. Okay. You now did it.
Right. And
That's
then go
probably
in
the
this
delay of the
end.
stream.
Put the key in. Put it into release.
Calador says it beats American Freight where if you leave something in the caboose, it's a 1 mile jog each way to get it back. You just wait for the 4-up challenge.
Yeah. Right, there we go. Right, that's now. What I've done is I've left it in release now at that end. Turned the key off. Left it in naught that end. So in theory, we should have the brake pressure now this end. Unlock it. There we go. So in theory...
The emergency light is off again now. So yeah.
There we go. We're off. I got it. There we go.
Okay, so but the basic procedure, if you receive an emergency brake, is just setting the throttle to 0, setting the air brake to full service, and then release the air brake again
Yeah.
and apply power. So it's pretty straightforward if you know how to do it.
I think what I did wrong was I automatically thought, right, I'll put the brakes into shutdown at the other end of the cab, and I shouldn't have done that.
Shutdown is actually emergency brake. on
Yeah,
that
so I
train,
put emergency
yeah.
brake on at that end, and
Yeah.
then what I did was I thought, right, okay, I'll take the key out, walk to the other end, and then tried to set the cab off from this end, but because I'd already set the emergency brake on the other end, it didn't work. But there you go, that's my fault.
It's all good.
Yeah, it wasn't a textbook, Galdori. It wasn't a textbook. It was just me trying things and thinking I could get it easier, and it didn't really work.
Just pressing every button to see if it worked.
Yes, yeah.
Usually a bad idea on trains, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Do we want to keep going, or do we want to move on to Arosa?
I think we should go on to Arosa.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jamie, do you want to get us into here at Luzerne, and then we will move, or Luzerne, sorry, and we will move into Arosa. You can give a little introduction to this section because you've put together a little scenario for us.
I have indeed, yeah. Right, let's do a nice textbook stop again, shall we? Without ramming into the buffers would be ideal.
I think you should do all your stops now, no looking.
I mean, all I'm doing is just counting. There you go, look at that. I mean, I'm getting better, I must admit. There we go. So that is... Oh, hello. I've gone outside. That's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to do this. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. Oh no, no. There you go. I just stop pressing buttons. Right, let's get into Arosa, shall we? So,
Yeah.
right.
Yep, that is Luzerne for everybody. Thank you very much for your questions in the chat. Is of course now available on all platforms to play. A quick note about PS5. We know there are a couple of players who have been having a couple of issues with that earlier this morning. We have put a thread up on our forums which explains the latest. Basically, if you've been struggling this morning, you've not been able to download it, it is now fixed. So if you try and download it fresh this time around, it should work. But if you've tried to download it beforehand, there is a cooldown period which we think is around about 24 hours, unfortunately, and we apologize for that. It's a cooldown period which is imposed by Sony. There's a little error with the setup of the add-on on the PlayStation Store. That's our bad. We apologise, and but it should be fine around about, we think, about 24 hours after the initial attempt to download. But everybody else, it should be available to download and play now because it's been fixed. So thanks very much for your patience, and we will do our best to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
And well, our screens are back now as well. So
No. Facecam's back. Hello,
Facecams are back.
everyone.
So
I was slobbing around in my seat like this. Like, I don't have to worry about this. So
I caught you out there. Right. So
Just before we move on, I was just going to say thank you for all the nice comments in the chat as well as the feedback. I've noted a couple of things that will fall to our devs, so yeah, thanks guys a lot for that.
So what I've done in this scenario, I created a livery. One of the liveries was of the RHB GE442 in the green livery, which was one of the liveries that the GE440s came out first when they were first brought into service. Now, looking into the future, they're looking in the future, a GE442 will be preserved by one of the preservation groups, and by the looks of it, it probably would go into the green. So what I've tried to do is recreate a rail tour with another person who's made another fantastic set of liveries for the coaching stock, which is what they call the Alpine Pullman coaches. So what I've done is done an Arosa Alpine Pullman service with the green locomotive, but I've also added in some locomotives from the livery pack from there as well. So we've got loads in here. So let's get.
Yeah. So just to touch on what you just said, Jamie, we've got player-created liveries. We've got a scenario that's made by you. We've got the RHB anniversary pack implemented in here as well. So you should see that as AI traffic as we go through. I think that's it, isn't it? I mean, obviously not. That I don't mean that disparagingly. That's it. Is that all you've done, Jamie? For goodness sake. But it looks certainly very impressive, and look forward to seeing it. And actually, is this available on Creators Club now?
It is, yep. Not the scenario, but I will I will do some final touches to the scenario. Maybe add a couple more bits and make it maybe a little bit longer, and then I'll get that up to the Creators Club.
Very
Nice
cool.
one. I put it as a thread as well, Jamie, just so you can get a little bit more internet points on your scenarios.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you want to kill our face cams again? Not that I don't enjoy having my face on the screen, but I think everyone who's watching at home might enjoy being able to see what's going on a little bit more than seeing us.
Lovely, yeah.
There you go, there's my clear road, so we're now off.
Just really cool to see what players are able to do with livery editor and the Creators Club now. That's just really cool.
So as you can see, these are the Pullmans, yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you have like liveries that aren't there in real life. That's just, really nice.
Looks great, Jamie. You've done a great job with that.
Thank you. Yeah. I didn't do the Pullmans, but I did try my best with the green livery. And there you go. Is an the anniversary. One of the anniversary liveries now going past us.
So yes, but tell us a little bit about the anniversary liveries, because we released them in December. They were quite Christmassy and nice. Do you want to give us a little 60-second elevator pitch on the pack?
60 seconds is a challenge. So we have the livery pack, and as you mentioned, it was put out around Christmas time. It doesn't have to be necessarily Christmas. There are 5 new liveries, which are all anniversary liveries to celebrate individual parts of the RHB network and the RHB in general. And we have the open coach observation car, which is very cool. And we've added the Christmas illumination to the Langweise viaduct. So if you drive up in the snow, you'll see the Christmas lights on that viaduct. Was it 60 seconds? Yeah, something.
Yeah,
Probably.
we'll go with that. Yeah. So you can obviously when you look at this in the snow, you'll be able to see the snowmen, the Christmas trees. It's very festive.
Yeah.
But it's also very nice to kind of do this sort of thing in the summer as well. And also, Jamie, you sort of set this up for a summer special.
Yeah.
And we've added 5 scenarios with it, of which 2 are Christmas themed. One of them is actually, or both of them are actually quite cool. but in one you have to like deliver presents, and we have implemented a special system on how to unload them. Just a really nice touch. Yeah.
The sleigh bells on the observation cab as well are
True. Yeah.
they're wonderful for the first 10 minutes, and then they get a little bit grating, but they're a nice touch.
I remember Matt enjoying the music all the time his way up the mountain. Wow. It's actually, I think we talked about it then as just a wee loop, but it's actually quite a full song behind there. That was one of the first jobs of our audio engineer. Pretty cool.
There you go. And there's what I'll do is, so these are the different, so these are, I think this is, in real life, this would be the sort of, the bar car, then these two are then the normal, sort of, dining seats and dining cars, and then you've obviously got the, brake as well. This is actually set they don't normally use it. It's quite a rare set they use for, but normally the bar car bit at the front, they normally put that in normal trains for normal service days sometimes. But yeah, so I've just sort of, I thought as a rail tour, I thought it was a really good idea, because I'm sure there has been things like this where they have done rail tours with the dining train, so I just thought it would be something different.
This is a really good use of the scenario planner as well, because you can kind of combine different liveries, you can combine different sort of bits and pieces to make your kind of perfect, your perfect route, perfect scenario even.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see. Jasper, I wanted to just quickly touch on, because obviously we talked about this in December, but there might be some people who are watching who perhaps have not touched Arosa since it was released, which was actually, I think, about this time last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
In terms of the improvements that have been made to the route and the loco in particular, what's been happening since then? Because we put an update out in December, didn't we?
Yeah. So the main thing we fixed with it was the timetable issue that we have. So we had a few players not being able, well, not a few players, but there was an issue where you couldn't match the times in the timetable. So it was you were unable to achieve any medals. So that has been fixed, and then we've fixed some of the physics on the loco, which removed that kind of leaping when leaving a station, which was pretty annoying. And then we also changed some things on the gangways in between the coaches, which could offer you a view into the gangways in tight curves. Yeah, these have been the main things that we fixed with the update. And then we also, when we put out the deliveries pack, we also added the illuminated viaduct and the snowmans to the base timetable of Arosa, so you got that too.
Nice one. Yeah, so just to clarify, the Arosa is the base route, and then the RHB livery pack requires Arosa with which to play, just so for complete clarity there. But yeah, I mean, if you've not touched Arosa for a while, it's a really good route to come back to. It's obviously a challenging drive in the first instance, but with the kind of the new updates, it's obviously an improved experience as well. Hopefully, we expect players to experience.
Yeah. We have. With the liveries pack, there was a new timetable as well, which added a few more freight trains as well. They drive up and down the hill. Yeah, just because that was something a player hoped for when we initially put out the Arosalinie.
Coming up the hill now. So what we've got is I've also done in this timetable a little bit. So we're running next station, we run through non-stop, but the station after we do stop. So it's sort of as close to a sort of rail tour-esque as I can get it, so that we can sort of make it that you know, you can do a lot of the things with the RHB. They do a lot of the time. They do stop at quite a lot of stations, but they do it so people can go and take pictures and get the normal service trains ahead of it. So that's what I've done for this.
Very cool.
And just to take it back, Arosa is 1 year old tomorrow.
Wow. Okay,
Cool.
so this is perfect timing, isn't it?
I
we
can't
almost
believe
did
we
it.
didn't. I can't believe we didn't clock this beforehand. But
No.
We really should have done this stream tomorrow night, shouldn't we?
Well, you should have done. Yes. Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's just
well.
it's an early birthday party. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And I will say right now, we're not taking this to midnight. So
I mean, I probably could easily, but
I mean, 4 hours, Jamie. I mean, people have been saying in the chat that you're bad. So go on, put your money where your mouth is.
I'll probably be falling asleep probably at that time.
I would probably prefer as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Launch days are always busy, so yeah.
Yeah, but someone said we needed a rose of cake. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Calidori's asked, can people do, I mean, this is a real life question rather than a TSW question, but do people take canoes and kayaks down the canal?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't. They do. There's another part that they do. Not on the Arosa, but it's going out towards. So if you know TS, it's the Selva line. Going out towards DeSantis and that sort of way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rapids along that way, so they do the rapids and bits and pieces like that there. I have seen them doing it. Whether this canal in particular, I'm not sure.
It's more like rafting through the Rhine River.
Yes, it would
Yeah.
be. Yeah. Around
Not
the
exactly.
cliffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah. I mean, it's there is a lot of water sports there because there's a lot of rapids, you know, in that sort of area. You know, I mean, there's a lot of sports actually in general. I'd say in Switzerland. You know, you've got the skiing and sledging. You know, then you've got sort of, I mean, it's not really a sport. But you've got the hiking in the mountains, haven't you? And bits and pieces like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's quite a lot. Swimming is another one in the summer.
Swimming would be an interesting one.
Yes, yeah. Well, it does get very, very hot in Switzerland. People don't think that because you're high up in the mountains you'll probably be cool and everything like that, but it's not always the case.
It's fairly cool as long as you stay on top of the mountains, like up in the roads about that kind of stuff. But yeah, down at
Valley
I don't wanna call
level.
it sea level, valley
Yeah.
level. Yeah, that's good. It get quite hot, but that's true.
Because then you may remember getting sunburn, I think.
Yeah, you're going to underestimate it. So yeah.
Yeah, and also it actually in the mountains you underestimate it as well.
Yeah. That's true.
Because you can have a winter's day and it's like really snow and it's a really heavy snow and it might be cloudy but the sun might be shining through. You still might get sunburn. And it's really because it's reflecting off the white, you know. It's almost like you're on a sunbed almost, you know.
There's a question in the chat. What locos Rosa uses in real life, and Crazy Dash always replied to him. It's an EMU and it's called the Allegra. Yeah, okay, it's in the chat as well.
Oh, they're just before you, Jasper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did use they'd used their own specialist units because originally the line was a different voltage when it was before the G442s came in. They then changed over to the GE442s and then went over to the Allegras. But I'd imagine the 442s will work services, but mainly for freight. But a lot of the time, the Allegras they'll just have freight attached to the back of them, so that they wouldn't need to anyway.
That's a typical Swiss thing, just to attach 1 or 2 freight cars to the back of the passenger train.
Yeah.
Pretty clever way, actually.
It saves so much time, and and you think all these mountainous areas, you think to how do they get all the, the shops and things like that in Rosa? How do they get their food delivered to them? How do they get their, clothes, everything like that? How does that all get to medicines, things like that? How does it all get transported to Arosa? Because Arosa's quite a big town, and I'm guessing the roads are quite, will be quite mountainous. I don't exactly see a dual carriageway going up to the top of Arosa, so they would use the railway.
Yeah, probably. They do have a road connection to Arosa. I don't think it's the steepest and smallest one, but I imagine most of it is getting brought up by train.
Yeah. I know there's people who've been saying, can you add JV into Switzerland? I'm driving the loco. I mean, it would be nice.
He is Swiss at heart, I think.
Yeah.
He's an East Anglia who should be up the mountains.
Yeah.
Just born in the wrong country.
Yes. Yeah. No, we haven't got to pass anything here. We can keep going. At the next station, we will hopefully pass something coming the other way. Crazy dash. Yes, I'd love to see that.
Dioramas of the streaming squad
Yeah.
on the TSW routes.
Yeah.
I mean, maps would have to be pink, wouldn't it?
He says have a scenery tile completely pink, Oh dear.
Maybe should do like a Hollywood Boulevard thing. Somehow
like stars somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. Put the names into them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be brilliant.
If anybody could make a Jamie livery, I would be very, very grateful. I'll tell you what, I will promise you right now, if you do a Jamie livery, we will do another stream at some point on Arosa, and we'll do the Jamie livery on Arosa.
Yeah. Go on then. Yeah.
Challenge everybody.
Yeah. There's a challenge for you all.
So I could just sit back in this bit. I could just make comments like that all the time, because you guys can just nerd out on it. I'm just gonna sit back.
Yeah, we know it.
I was gonna say one of my first streams here was actually the Arosa. I think the first Arosa preview, which would have been early March time, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think actually that was the first. Well, me, Jamie, and Jasper. That was one of the first streams that I did. So this is again a nice little anniversary for me.
Yeah.
Calidor asks
these
what.
are pretty nice.
Yeah. Calidor asks what route would I want my livery on? Definitely not Sun Patch. Which one would I choose? I like East Coast Way. I'd go for East Coast Way. I think that would be my my choice.
Liam, yeah, you are right. I mean, I was on a livery here in real life. I was on the side of one of these locomotives. I've got a model of it somewhere. I think I did show it on another stream. And actually, that model, I can actually see where I was on the model, which is really strange. But yeah, no, I was on the side of a locomotive going through the Swiss mountains on a daily basis for about 2 years, which was rather fun. But also something noticeable, so the GE442s did have a rebuild. and I think one of the main changes they had was the light fittings. So if you look at a GE442 when they first arrived in green, they had circular lights like the one at the top, but it was at the bottom as well. After their rebuild, they changed to these square lights. So I've got a model of a GE442 in this same colour. I think it's the same name as well, Lanquart, and it has the circular lights when it first came in, and then it then had its rebuild and then had the square lights fitted. Nearly there.
There's someone else in the chat who was on that logo. Very cool.
Lord Vulture was on that loco too. Wow.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Kindred spirits here.
Yeah. Do you know where you were on the loco, Lord Vulture? And do you know, did you actually go and see yourself on the locomotive? I mean, I saw the locomotive, but yeah. Yeah, Liam, Jasper, they're asking for me in the Swiss route next.
You know, we just don't have a donkey, but put a Jamie somewhere.
Yeah, it'll have to be Discovery, won't it? You know.
Just have a. You could do a stream team collectible where you just have little mini Jamies and Matts that you can collect as you go through the stream. I like that idea.
That'd be nice, yeah.
a mini Jasper you can pick up.
Oh, there you go, Lord Vulture. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they did. Yeah, because the RHB was all green, weren't it, in the very, very early days, in the early days, and then I think it changed around the 1960s, 1970s, also a little bit later when it went all to red. Actually, I prefer the red, I would say.
It looks brilliant in the snow. Yeah.
The red, oh yeah, definitely stands out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will now. We've got to wait for a down train now.
That was exactly what I was thinking, having little garden gnomes sitting around of different people. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Here we go, here's our down train. That was perfect timing, look at that.
Oh, someone's asking in the chat, what's the gradient on this route? I assume they mean the hardest grade, the sharpest gradient. It's about 3.1, is it? Or is it 2.7? I can't remember.
We're on a 4.2 at the moment.
Well, I mean, then that completely blows me out of the water straight away, doesn't it? So, I tell you what, I was thinking Tarandarumpa. I was thinking Tarandarumpa. So.
Yeah.
It's 6% real life, so it has to be the same again.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the steepest adhesion railways out there in the entire world.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6%. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's quite an amazing feat of engineering what they did. The fact that they decided to put this route in adhesion working only, you know. It's the RHB really just didn't want to use rack, because as soon as you start using rack, your speed starts to drop. Timetables, you know, it causes more issues. You know, when you have a rack railway, you have to come really slow into the rack section, and then suddenly speed up again. But again, your speed is lower because you're having to have a rack system working within the locomotive. Whereas the RHB were like, no, we're not going to use rack. It's going to be completely adhesion wherever we go. You know, and actually, I think it did definitely work in their favour. You know, you look at some of the routes, and certainly here, you know, yes, it means they pull smaller trains, but I think even if you go on the Buller line, and you've got the G443s, and they're hauling something like 10, 12 coaches, and you think to yourself, how on earth are they doing these on like 1 in 40 gradients? It's insane. You know, the amount of power those locomotives have got for the size is incredible.
Piece of engineering genius.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
be interesting to know how it feels driving on this route in real life with some wet, icy, snowy conditions. Just some people in the chat mentioned that as well. Yeah, it'd be really interesting to hear from a train driver there.
Yeah. It must be really interesting, and again, you know, even with steam locomotives as well, what it would have been like in the steam days, you know.
Yeah. I think that route has never seen steam.
No, I don't think the Rosa has. No, but yeah. I have a funny feeling Ratia may have gone up a Rosa once, because I know Ratia did a tour of the RHB once. And she ended up at the top of Benina. I don't know how, but they got her up there somehow.
Ratia was the first ever steam train that the RHB had. You need to explain that.
Yeah.
It's the name of the
Oh, there you go. Vulture's gone. The change from green to red took a long time. The first red locomotive was Field Ratia ABE 44501, and for a long time there were only red locomotives. So I'm guessing there was red locomotives and then just green rolling stock, and that was the way it was. Hang on a minute.
Fliegende Ratia. Interesting name. Basically translate to flying Ratia.
There we go. That's what I meant to do.
Interesting.
Exit tunnel shot, there you go. No, look at the reflection in the tunnel, look at that. That's looking good. There you go, Lord Vulture, there you go. Yeah, I thought so. Benina up to Alpgrum, yeah. Which was very strange because the steam locomotive had never gone up that height apart from the snowplow.
You're just an encyclopedia of information, Jamie.
I am. Someone said
so much tonight.
Someone did say to me, he's like, we need to get you more on TSW streams because you're just literally a encyclopedia. I was like, oh, thanks.
We've got the opportunity to have a little bit more of a nerd out with. I mean, I'm never going to get a word in edgeways. It's you and Matt on Sunday talking about Steam. So yeah, I'm not going to get a word in edgeways there. I don't think.
No,
so,
I don't think you're
which
not.
Which is probably best for all involved, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to give you an update on Spirit of Steam. Just kind of go over what we've talked about so far in relation to the content. Talk a little bit about some of the source material that we're using, because obviously that's quite challenging with a sort of an older route. And go through kind of some of the process that we've gone to go make it feel like it is from the 50s, and yeah, just give you a little bit of an update on where we are really. So that's on Sunday. Friday we have kind of American Freight Night with the World Challenge and some other Let's Play content, and Train Simulator Drivers doing a really great video on my Sherman Hill, and Saturday night, Jamie, you're back, aren't you? So this and Jamie's long winding monologues. You can join him for TS night on Saturday night, which we've got quite a lot planned for that. We've got the NZJA, we've got NZTS on a little interview that you did with him last week, so that'll be a pre-recorded interview, which was quite cool. Obviously he's based in New Zealand, so we're going to struggle to get that one live, unfortunately. And then we're going to be doing the Tohoku line, which released last week, as well as some more great creator content too. So lots lined up for the next few days. Really looking forward to seeing you all join us and sort of take part in some of the sessions as well. They're all killer no filler this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I must admit, the interview with the JA, New Zealand JA, really good. A little bit of fun at the end, but I won't say anything. But yeah, we certainly were saying our knowledge in it. It's really good. So we're coming in to see St. Peter Molnins. Nice steady. You see how steep it is? You're literally coming up and then you're now on the level there. So So you can see how steep it is.
You're going from a 6% right to 0%.
Yeah. The traditional Swiss crossings.
And then this is one of the stations where you can have a little bit of fright and, yeah, loading wooden logs onto your train.
Yeah.
If you fancy playing one of the scenarios. Or timetable drives. Timetable services.
Yeah, perfect. Stop again. Let's see. People can go out now, just take a picture. And we can have a look a bit more. I must admit, someone has done the chat. I can't remember who did the liveries on this, but I must admit it was fantastic. Even
They
doing
look
the
quite
logo and the lining. And I must admit, even the word is completely straight. Compared to mine, where it wasn't, mine sort of was on a downward. So probably when you're looking at it going uphill, it's probably fine. But probably not going in the other way. But
yeah, the U was a little bit raised there, I saw, but
yeah.
not, you don't notice that at a distance. It's only if you go really close in.
Yeah, yeah. I just did what I thought was right at the time, and I thought, well, I wanted to do something for Creators Club that I'm not very good at very highly detailed liveries, so I thought of something simple, but I knew people would like, and it just gives a little bit more play to Arosa as well, you know, having a heritage livery for people to be able to use, as well as, you know, something, you know, especially works well with the Pullman stock as well. You know, I have to keep changing the. There you go. You can see how steep it is, considering we're now going uphill and it's already gone past us. Look at that. That's a very Swiss thing. You don't know how tall things are until you get up to them and go, ah, actually, I didn't realise it was as steep as that.
Well, Liam said to get Nat to do the livery. She's an expert. Well, actually, Liam, we actually had our Crowdfund TV meeting earlier today, and we're actually got a new Nat who is actually called Cat. So we've got we might at one point in the future have a Nat Cat Matt stream.
Oh, we've got to do that. I didn't think of that. We've got to do that at some point. That would be brilliant.
So we are going to have hopefully another livery designer live stream, but by Kat, who if anybody's seen the Dragonheart livery that's on Creators Club, the really detailed dragon livery, she put that together. So she's going to do kind of share some really good tips for anybody who wants to get into livery designing. So we're going to try and bring that back. I think we've got one in for April. So if you're interested in that, we'll see if we can get that in there, and if you like it, then we'll see if she's able to do some more. But she's uber talented. We're really excited to kind of bring her into the streaming fold for the first time and see what she can do. She also did the Love to Ukraine livery as well, which is obviously still featured within the Creators Club. So yeah, she put that one together too.
Peace Station. Oh, I'm trying to do all these nice rail fan shots. There we go. I'll get there in a minute.
Always have to defeat the urge of correcting people on spelling things. I'm really sorry for that.
Yes, that's the one, Lord Vulture. Yeah, where Ratia, she just had one coach and a wagon. I think it was the sort of baggage van. I think it was more for a photo opportunity, but I only found it out a few years ago. And I couldn't quite believe it, because if you look at the gradient on the Bernina line just coming out of where it goes up the valley, it must have had some sort of support going up the gradient, because it's quite mad. I have a funny feeling there was a picture or a video I've seen of it going up with a croc or something, maybe. Oh, it was 1995. There you go. 26th of the 8th, 1995.
I feel like you and Lord Vulture would have a great time.
Oh,
on
we
screen
do it.
together.
Well, yeah, definitely we would. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. There's. I mean, the RHB is full of history, and I mean, we are getting to a very important anniversary as well. It's the it was the 100th. It is the 175th anniversary of Swiss Railways as a whole. So there's plenty of events and bits and pieces going on in Switzerland now, and a lot of heritage activity going on. So there's a lot to look forward to now.
That's
it's
August 2022, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a perfect opportunity to showcase the Jamie livery.
it is
Just
definitely.
saying. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Right, and then we're nearly at Langvis, and that's where the scenario ends. We're nearly there now.
Nice one.
We should meet another loco there as well. But yeah, I'll get this scenario finished off. I might put another couple of passing trains, or see if we can get a loco behind us to pass us, so it makes it more like a rail tour. See if I can do something a bit cheeky, and we'll see what we can get can do. But, yes, it is Lord Vulture. Yes, yeah. It looks like a good event, that one. But yeah, I must admit, I would like to do all events, but I don't think I couldn't do them all. I don't think there's so many going on.
I'm expecting the holiday requests to come in, Jamie.
Yeah.
Thick and fast.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, 2.3 kilometres away. I mean, for some people it might be a bit of a slow route, but you've got to remember that, you know, you wouldn't want to be doing high speeds on tight bends like this. You know, you wouldn't want to fall off. You know.
Not down the mountain, no.
No, I mean, as Sam found out plenty of times.
What is he taking up? Is he taking the 10? Was it the 101 he took on a Rosa?
He did, yeah.
The 101.
Yeah.
The German high speed.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he took a couple of locos on it, and yeah, he sort of got carried away.
Sam doing off the rails is a sight to behold.
It is, yeah.
It's a very Sam thing to do.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Go as quick as you can, as fast as you can, and just bomb it down as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me on the of the space train.
Space Train? Which one was that?
Oh, the one where he took off.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. Oh, yeah, it wasn't the German 101, it was the British 101. That was what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go. Langvis. I love all the viaducts as well. I mean, it's the RHB is famous for its viaducts, and I think it's been really represented. Riders have been represented well in definitely TSW.
Yeah. There's quite a wide variety of different ones. So we have the big steel ones and the concrete ones. Pretty cool. Yeah.
Is it the Langvis viaduct, which is the one that's with the RHB anniversary pack that's lit up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one just at the end of Langvis. You can see that from the station. That was one of the biggest concrete viaducts for quite some time.
I realise, again, going back to pronunciation chat, I've been calling it Langvis for all this time, and of course the I and the E are the other way around, so...
It's Langvisa.
Langvisa.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty good.
Yeah, again, I won't remember it, so...
No worries. I'm in a good position, you know. Probably not doing the best job with English and keep correcting English speaking chat. Yeah.
Doing a Sam cam, man. Colonel cam. There we go.
So this is a really good expose. So I suppose it's probably the wrong word, but it's a good way of kind of showcasing how actually something like Creators Club, for instance, can really kind of revitalise enjoyment of a route. Really, you can use some of the amazing creations done by the community, and there are loads in there. By the way,
Yeah.
I can't remember the latest numbers, but there's definitely over 3,500 creations in Creators Club now. I think it's much more than that, but that's the latest number that I had, maybe start of last week. And you can try them out, do loads of cool new things on routes that perhaps you've not played in a long time, or locos that you've not driven for a long time, and it adds a new kind of level of zest and purposefulness into your driving, and hopefully, as I say, gives you a slightly different experience to what you're used to. It's really great, and obviously there are scenarios in there as well as liveries, and hopefully Jamie will get this one live on the club sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Let's go around here, and when we're nearly there.
Lord Roger, no, we don't have plans of finishing the RHB network on Train Simulator, but never say never. So. Can't pull that roadmap card on this one, unfortunately.
Alright, as we're coming to the end, I'm going to do the wrap-up spiel, and then we can say goodbye. So thanks very much everybody for watching. I'm going to try and time it so that it times when Jamie stop, actually.
I've got to turn on the cameras back on in a minute.
Arosa is 40% off in the March Madness sale, and the RHB pack is 20% off. So remember, if you're enjoying this kind of thing, you want to give it a go, please feel free to. Jamie's going to put the scenario up as soon as he's got it ready. And also, if you like the look of Luzern-Sursee, I certainly did, then it's available now across all of the platforms you normally get the routes from. So tomorrow night we are doing the American Freight Evening with Sam, so stay tuned for that one, particularly the 4-up challenge. And I think that all that's left for us to say is thank you very much for watching, and thanks Jasper for joining us again. Always great to have you on these streams.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, and thanks for everyone in the chat for the feedback and the warm words. Really appreciate that, and yeah, thanks for having me.
There we
And
go.
thank you very much, Jamie, for A, the scenario, B, for all the knowledge,
That's all right.
and C, for driving tonight. It's been great having you on as well, Jamie. Thanks very much for that. And you'll be back on Saturday for TS night, and then me and Jamie will both be back on Sunday for Steam, and also a little celebration of West Somerset Railway's 160th birthday. So thanks very much everybody for watching. Hope you have a lovely evening, and we'll see you again very soon. See you later.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.